Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a shocking shopping edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party!
Monster Party!
Monster Party! Oh, you beat me to it, James. James beat me to the ho-ho-hos.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey,
Speaking of
best man
ho-hos,
wins. Best man
ho-hos.
wins.
Who are
I
you,
love
sir?
ho-hos.
Yes, who are you, sir?
Ho-
No,
are you,
let's
sir?
talk about ho-hos. I'm the mystery guy who loves Hostess ho-hos, the best of the Hostess products.
They
And
are
I am
pretty good.
I am Matt Weinhold.
And I am Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Twinkie Larry Stroth.
And I'm Ding Dong James GONIS.
Perfect. Did you do a Hostess name, John?
No, I don't.
What would you choose?
Other than ho-hos and ding-dongs and Twinkies, what are there?
Isn't there? What's the
Cupcakes.
pink?
Snowball Sheridan.
Snowballs.
Snowball.
There you go.
Snowballs.
Snowball
Shawn
Sheridan.
Sheridan.
I'm Snowball
Yes,
Sheridan.
a mystery voice came in and
right.
dubbed you Snowball Sheridan, which
Right,
will be
okay.
your name from this point on.
That's true.
Anyway, we're happy because it's the holidays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to get in the
jealous.
spirit. We're trying to
Something
get
to be
in the
happy about.
festive holiday
Yeah.
spirit
Right.
because this has been such a joyous year. We want to cap it off
Yeah,
the
everything's gone so
celebration
well.
of life
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah. What a
And,
banner year 2020 has been, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
man. And
Yeah,
so,
David Banner.
right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we're
If you're
still
just tuning in, by the way,
we're still playing by the COVID rules. We're still at home. We're still doing the whole Zoom thing.
Yeah.
thanks for pointing that out. No, we're doing this in a packed auditorium
Yes.
in a hospital ward.
Right.
No,
Masks optional.
yes, we are doing this the way that we've been doing it throughout the pandemic. And because we're locked into our homes and the holidays are coming up, we're trying to think of ways to make ourselves happier, and there's only so many things you can do. You can't go anyplace really. You can eat. So that's fun, I guess.
Yeah.
And the holidays provide lots of opportunities to eat.
Oh,
True.
tell me about it.
Oh yeah, right. No,
Look at me. Just look at me.
I think you look pretty good, actually. I
Oh,
think
dude.
Yeah.
You have
this
no
camera
idea.
angle makes you look like you've actually lost weight.
Oh, well,
Do you have a special lens or something? Is that what you're saying?
yes. I have my thinning lens. But
Okay.
Cool.
But the other thing that's great about the holidays that fits with the pandemic is that you can still buy things.
yes,
Have them
you
delivered
can.
right to your house.
That's
yes,
right.
Yeah.
you can.
And, yes, many people from many different faiths have different reasons for celebrating this time of year. But what we primarily celebrate is consumerism. We like stuff.
Especially
Yeah.
like horror, sci-fi, fantasy
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
We do.
Yeah.
Whether
We
it's
do.
for us or for someone else.
Right.
Mostly
So
for us.
what
but,
we're going to
yeah.
do for this episode is we are going to revisit what we did last year. And what we did last year was the Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide. It's a guide for you, the listener, to give you some ideas of what you could buy your Monster Kid friend or loved one
Or yourself.
or yourself.
Yeah,
Right. Sure.
right.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Right.
wrong. You might get a gift certificate and you want to take that gift certificate and just go crazy.
Right.
Or put it on your wish list and give it to your significant other.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Say, hey,
There you
honey.
go. Words of wisdom by
Or
James GONIS.
Or give it to a stranger. Just give it to a stranger. Tell him, buy
and
me
just
this.
cross your fingers.
Well, that was last year's topic. What's this year's topic?
This year's topic is, get this, the Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide 2020.
Monster Party Gift Guide 2020.
Because it's now.
Oh.
My goodness. My
Clever.
goodness.
And what we need is the perfect guest.
Yes, we do.
And what do? If it ain't broke, we don't fix it.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
So, Larry, can you give us some insight
I sure
into
can.
this guest?
If you guys recall, last year we had a wonderful guest, and he is a return guest. He is back with us this time around. He is otherwise known as our unpaid Monster Party intern. Wonderful, talented young man, an amazing artist, toy designer and maker. His company is called Sea Demon Vinyl Toys. And please welcome Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Happy holidays.
Hey,
Yay.
You, man.
Now, Kevin, I
Japan
understand.
trip
Yes,
compadre.
I know.
Yes,
Now,
right.
when you first started with us, you were like a little small fry, you know. And
Yeah, you were
and now,
you were like 9, right?
I
know,
was,
it-
yes.
but it's like
Mister.
we brought you to Japan.
You guys like
and
monsters and junk?
your mind exploded, and then you and your lovely lady got together, created this amazing company, and now you're like making toys, and you're a giant now.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
calling from your yacht.
Yeah, and I got like a full beard now, so you're like you've come into your own.
What
Yes.
beer?
You're a man now.
Like Santa.
You're a man
Thank you.
now, Tanta.
I am. Thank you.
I like you're like Urban McCready.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
I like
Kurt Russell fan. That's awesome. Thank
there
you.
you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, Kevin, you throughout the past year and a half or so, your company has put out some stuff, and I take it, are you working on anything right now? That
Yeah.
I am actually. We just, as you know from last year, I was talking about the HP Lovecraft vinyl toys I was making. Just recently, we got our Wilbur Whately ones in.
Yay!
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dunwich Horror.
Awesome.
Yeah, here's a little video of it. I mean, it's hard to see, but I don't know if this will go on the
Ooh,
podcast
nice.
site at all. But yeah, you'll be getting one. Yeah,
If you give us a picture, we
I
will
will
post
get.
it.
Yeah, of course.
I will give you a picture. Yeah.
Cool, man.
So those just came out.
Mail us a picture.
Nice.
'cause we're old.
Definitely.
Yeah. Go to Photo Matt.
Oh.
Have some prints.
Yeah,
Made
you
up.
have to wait an hour, but
Yeah.
still.
Okay,
Yeah, only an hour.
Okay, guys, very funny. Okay, but Kevin, please.
Hey, wow.
Wow.
Joy Killer. Hey, he's back.
So you got this.
The most wonderful time.
Okay, but Kevin, so you got this Whately character.
Yes. That's coming out soon. We're not done yet. I still have to get the packaging finished up. So in the next couple weeks, those will be for sale. As of late, I've been working for other companies more. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hop Toys, the guys that made those.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
Am
I
I?
sculpted a giant claw for them. I
What?
sculpted
Oh.
a 1951 thing for them. I sculpted a robot
Oh.
monster for them.
Wait
The
a
little
minute,
one.
wait.
Back
Yeah.
up, back up.
Yeah.
Wait, the
Back.
robot monster figure that
Not
Hot
the 12
Toys-
inch. They
Okay.
made these little ones called Misfits, and it's a new line they did. They're
Ah.
like little 3 or 4 inch figures
Really?
that are just basic, plastic. But I made a robot monster for them. I made a Arness thing, and I made a giant claw for them.
So the giant claw is like a little mini.
It's like 6
vinyl.
inches. It's just a little, 6.
Is it like is like super deformed kind of a little bit?
Yeah. So they're like
Okay.
little super deformed versions
Wow.
of them. I'm sending them in the chat. I don't know if you guys can get those, but
Okay, we'll check
they're,
them out.
they're in there if you want to post
And
them
is
later.
it
But
is stuff on your Instagram site too?
yeah, you can.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
post them there as
That's
well.
awesome, man.
I love
Nice.
Hot Toys.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, I mean, that's one of the things on my list. We
Yeah,
might as
me
well
too.
Oh yeah, I
do
was
that.
going to mention them on the list. Yeah,
Yeah.
those little.
Is that
misfits.
robot monster, that like 12-inch one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the separate head.
Yeah, with the
Oh, yeah.
skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Fantastic.
do I want? I don't have it, but I
No.
sure
Yeah,
do
me
want
too.
it. Every
Yeah,
Those
me
guys
time.
are
too.
great. They're fun to work with.
Because we do have the Earth versus the Flying Saucers one,
Mhm.
and that's great. And so
They-
now this
Like
this
genius.
so this robot monster is great too.
Yeah, they're the Misfits line. They made a mini version of the Saucer Man with it. So they made 4 figures. So they got a Saucer Man, robot monster,
Wow.
giant
Yeah.
claw.
And HOP
And,
stands for high on plastic.
Yes, I didn't come up with that.
I love that though.
That's awesome. That's cool, man.
But yeah, they're great guys.
Because that's
Brian
one of
and
the
John,
things
so.
that you love about getting a vinyl toy, especially, is when you open
The
up that
smell.
bag. And
Yeah,
you go,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
some pretty stinky stuff
"Ooh,
sometimes. Yeah,
chemicals
Yeah.
from China.
yeah.
yeah,
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
yeah. So that's what I've been working on lately. So yeah,
Cool.
Oh, that's
great.
That's incredible.
thank you.
God, I'm like starstruck now. I'm wow.
Uh,
I love those guys.
See, this
Please
is
give
the
them my
great thing.
best.
We'll do.
We can say we knew Kevin Smith when we had him carrying our bags all through Japan and stuff.
Wait,
Picking up trash for us. Do you remember that?
I do. I have pockets.
don't.
Look at him now.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that at all. I remember him being with us as an equal.
yes.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, I know that in your
someone would know.
view of the world that you
Yeah.
you saw him like, I think he was carrying your mental baggage.
I think someone was a little high on the sake. That's what I think.
Ooh.
Hey, Kevin Smith actually introduced my wife and I to some great sake.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yeah.
You still drink that?
Yeah, the clouded,
The
clouded
milky,
kind of
I forget
milky.
the
I
term
love
they
that.
use. It's
Yeah,
great.
I like
don't
that.
like it.
I like it
love
better
it.
than the other sake.
Me too. See,
Yeah.
Hey, but I introduced you guys, to the shrimp burger at
Oh my
McDonald's.
God.
Sure, yes. Can't go wrong with that.
I think I bought
And-
6 of those on our last day there.
And as- and
as
much as-
sporadically through the day.
And as much as I love the shrimp burger, I'd really like to find out what gift guide items we can tell our listeners about. Because
The minute we start having fun,
No,
you're like the fucking giant.
No,
You're like the Godzilla foot in Godzilla versus Bambi. Just
no, it's like
Bambi is me.
they can't order a shrimp burger, Matt. I mean,
I don't know that.
I'll ask Fuji, okay?
I don't know
Might
that.
be able
Hey,
to arrange
what
something.
about
Little
our
dry
listeners in
ice.
Yeah.
Our listeners in Japan might be able to go out and get a shrimp
Listeners
burger.
in Japan.
Sure.
yes,
We
but
are an international podcast.
Yes,
That's
we are.
right.
But for
Close.
listeners in the States or in Australia, if you go to our video, our Monster Party Goes to Japan, you'll be able to see it. It's a shrimp burger made at McDonald's, and they're
Oh,
in
now
Japan.
he wants to talk about the shrimp.
No,
burger.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'd love us to get to our
Yes,
gift
let's
guide.
do that.
All right,
Let's
Yeah.
have
All
have Kevin should start too.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh,
for it.
okay.
Last year, by the
what
way,
you-
can I just say something?
Yes.
Last year, there are so many things that you recommended that I like ran out.
Yeah.
Cool,
Seriously,
cool,
like,
yeah.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad they were good gifts. That great.
Oh, yeah.
That, like Junji Ito stuff.
Oh, I got some more of him in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Plus, you already had like half of them. So it's like,
Hey,
cool.
that's most of the stuff I got lying right over here
Yeah.
too. Also,
Nice.
Drifting Classroom. The third volume of that is on my
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
That is the craziest comic ever. But anyway, go ahead.
It is. You want to go by category, or you want me to
No,
just
Just
throw
no,
something out?
throw one out.
anything.
Anything.
Okay.
Can be anything.
What do we got? Shout Factory just put out the entire collection of Friday the 13th on Blu-ray.
Nice.
They
Nice.
came out last month. If you're a fan of that kind of stuff, it's kind
Yes,
of the
we
best
are.
collection you can find of that.
Yeah.
That's
Did they
beautiful.
No, I have all of them already, but is there?
On Blu-ray?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
You have
I think
all of
so.
them on Blu-ray.
I think so.
You have
I have like
Jason,
from different sources.
you have
some are
Jason
Blu-ray.
10, Jason X. You have that on Blu-ray.
I had that
I-
on DVD. I had to
I
make.
think
the
I
count.
think DVD. Yeah, I think
Ah,
some are Blu-ray,
yeah.
some are.
The last
Is there
three were
anything-
DVD.
Lying on Christmas.
Oh.
Kevin, does it
I
come
have
with
a
You said you had
combination.
all of
I have
them
a
on
combination
Blu-ray.
of Blu-ray and DVD of the Friday the 13th.
Okay.
13th
You know what?
series. I also have
You
the
just
Friday the
upset
13th
Santa.
TV series on Blu-ray on DVD.
Well, that's
Never got around to those ones. Any
Hey,
good?
it's a fun show.
Is
yeah,
it?
It's a fun
Is it?
show.
Okay.
Yes.
Kevin, does it come with a figure or any additional
No,
information?
I think it comes with a ton of special features though. I think
Oh.
everything's got a audio commentary and different cuts of things and
Yeah.
what
Kevin,
kind of
do you-
commentaries? Is it like Kane Hodder or that kind of thing? Or?
I haven't looked, but I think let's see. I'm sure he's on one of these things.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Thanks for doing your
documentaries
show
too.
prep.
Yeah, I know.
Kevin,
Oh, I don't know.
Kevin,
sir.
have you seen Crystal Lake Memories or something?
Yeah, that's on
of
there.
course,
That's on there.
Okay, yeah,
in
that's
there.
great.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
they throw that in. There's 2 bonus discs, I think, just full of documentaries and
Cool.
junk like that. So yeah,
That's awesome.
if you're a fan, that's
That's-
probably the best collection you can find out
Yeah,
there.
that's great.
stuff.
That's great.
How much
And
did that
that's-
run you?
I think it was like $100.
Oh, that's not
I
bad.
think $115.
It's a lot of
That's good.
movies, though.
That's
That's
good.
like-
That's a lot of
yeah,
movies. Yeah.
It's got all of them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
And the coffee table book has been out for a while.
Yeah.
But that's
the
pretty
book,
cool.
The book is kind of a companion piece to that documentary.
oh, I'll have
The
to find that. I haven't seen the
Crystal
book.
Lake Memory. Yes.
Okay.
Is that what the book is called?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's the same thing. Yeah, they're
Crystal Lake
fantastic.
Memories?
They're both
Yeah.
called that, right? Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
there's a documentary. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And even
Just-
Barnes and Noble has that book.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good
God
one.
bless
Yeah.
Nice
It's
one, Kevin.
A good
you.
gift
Thank you.
set for
Thank you.
somebody, you know.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey, Sean, go for it.
Okay, well, these are two films that I know, Matt, you're familiar with, but they've only recently come out on Blu-ray in America, and that would be the two Doctor Who films with Peter Cushing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Doctor Who and the Daleks from 1965, and Daleks Invasion Earth 2050 AD from 1966. And these are
Is it
both
a set?
come out. No, not a set, but they both are out at the same time from Kino Classics, and they put out some great stuff.
Nice.
But these are nice because there's documentaries on them. They have great commentary. They have I think both films have commentary by film historian Kim Newman
I knew you were going to say Kim Newman.
and Mark Gatiss from League
Wow.
of Gentlemen, because he's a huge Doctor Who fan.
Sure,
So
yes.
those guys do a commentary, and they're full of all kinds of good stuff. And the second one, Daleks Invasion Earth, has an interview with Bernard Cribbins, because Bernard Cribbins is,
wow.
in that one. He's
Nice.
still around. He's
Sure.
comic British actor. He's done a lot of stuff.
A
So
legend.
yeah, and these films have been available on DVD and Blu-ray in the UK, but for people who can't, don't have a region-free player, these are relatively new Blu-rays now for both of those films, and they're fun. They're very different from the TV show, but
I love them.
Yeah, they're more aimed for younger audiences, but I really enjoy them. They're really colorful. They're fun.
Talk about soundtracks, guys. Great
Yeah.
soundtracks.
Yeah,
Great music. Just bright, colorful.
colorful. Yeah,
Peter Cushing he's not the best doctor,
he's not the definitive, but he's doing his
But
own
it's-
take on it.
but
Yeah,
they were my first exposure to Doctor Who.
right. Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Too.
Because
Yeah.
that was all we had, Larry,
Right,
back
right.
then. Creature features, and you'd see these Daleks, and you're like, what the hell is this? And I had
Yeah.
no idea that there was a whole show that went along with it. I had no idea.
Yeah, so it's nice that those two movies finally get a nice deluxe treatment here in America. So
Nice one, Sean.
How much?
Check it out.
How much?
Yeah.
They're
20 piece?
Yeah, 20, 25 bucks, I think.
Okay.
Amazon may be cheaper, but yeah, definitely
Okay.
check them out.
Great.
Well, look, if the guys are we're kind of going on a Blu-ray DVD theme. Let me just toss out one. There's actually a film that came out in 2018, and it has been on DVD, but I wasn't aware of it. And now it's being offered not only on Blu-ray, DVD, and video on demand. Long story short, when I was a kid, I remember seeing pictures on the covers of these Starlog special issues, which showed pictures of outer space. I'm like, oh my God, these are beautiful paintings. And they were paintings done by an amazing artist named Chesley Bonestell. And there's this great movie. It's a documentary called Chesley Bonestell, A Brush with the Future. And it is amazing, because the funny thing about it is a lot of people have said he was inspirational. I mean, his paintings of outer space and other planets were so otherworldly, and no one had seen anything like this before. This film was voted as the best documentary at Comic-Con back in 2018. It is produced and directed by Douglas Stewart Jr. He's mostly an editor, but he's also very passionate and a lover of Bonestell's artwork. And it follows Chelsea's career. And if you have any ideas to what the Chrysler Building, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the film Destination Moon and American Space Program have in common, they all have this guy as inspirational to all the people who were responsible for creating those things.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone was touched by his creative vision, and his fascinating and imaginative art renderings sparked the imagination of millions. He has this famous picture. It's called Saturn Seen from Titan. It became known as the painting that launched 1,000 careers. There's interviews with people like Ray Bradbury, Doug Trumbull, Ben Burt, Richard Endlin, just to name a few. And there's also this classic interview footage of Bonestell himself. If you guys like classic science fiction history and you want to learn about like some of this amazing art that was inspirational to millions of people, you definitely want to check out this Blu-ray. And the great thing is it's not very expensive, anywhere between 15 or 20 bucks. So
That's cool.
that's
Is
my
it one disc or two disc?
it's like a one disc thing, but
Okay.
it comes with special features, and
Yeah,
I would recommend that. So I mean, it's a little off the beaten path, but
No,
Sounds
that's cool.
great.
Like his stuff
Nice.
was always so striking, like in Destination Moon.
yeah.
I always loved the look of that stuff. It's just so unique
Sure.
and so
And that
It's
apparently
beautiful.
that Golden Gate Bridge seems to be doing pretty well.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, he
So
was like
there
a
you
real
go.
visionary.
James, how about you?
Well, keeping in the art category, our friend Taylor White from Creature Features has been busy producing a new coffee table book, which is very exciting. It's called Rod Serling's Night Gallery, The Art of Darkness.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
And it contains the artwork by Thomas J. Wright, who has supplied a lot of the paintings for the Night Gallery TV series from the 70s.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And the book is beautiful. It is not out just yet. As I understand, it's still being assembled, but it's available for pre-order in hardcover and softcover. And
is it a bit like, where is it available?
Well, if you go on the Creature Features website or find Creature Features on Facebook, you can order it that way.
Oh, okay.
You can pre-order it.
Okay.
And if you pre-order it now, apparently it comes with some nifty extras. Which I couldn't really tell you what they were, but yeah.
I did a Kickstarter.
Oh.
I knew they had a Kickstarter for a while. I didn't know if that was still going
we
on.
ordered one because we always want to support Taylor and what he's doing. And we love the Night Gallery. And
Absolutely.
I know that there are different versions that come with, I think, some art pieces. And then there's some prints. And then there's a slip cover that you can get if you buy that, version.
Wow.
And but yeah, hardcover, soft cover. And I don't know if the Kickstarter is still going, but I know at one point you could get signed editions of the book. And so,
That's cool.
yeah, just from what I've seen already, we went to the art show that they did.
Oh, yes.
It was, I think, what inspired this book.
Right. Fantastic.
And it was amazing. So, yeah, just to see all the original artwork in a nice, pristine, beautiful presentation, I think, man, that's a great present.
It's so funny, Matt. I went to that presentation too, and as I was looking at those paintings, they only had so many. But I remember looking at them and go, God, I wonder if they could find all of these and put together a book. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Little did I know.
Yeah, you're like a genie.
Yes,
Well,
I am.
it's a perfect, concept for a book because the paintings, the visual paintings in the show. I mean, it's, which launch into the stories, but it's great.
Yeah. And they're so colorful. I mean, I pre-ordered the hardcover and it may be around $100. Soft covers, maybe about $15-20 less. Right. But it is beautiful. Definitely worth checking out.
Get the hardcover.
I think you need to get, if it's between 70 and 100, I think you need to get the hardcover.
Yeah.
Because that's something you're going to want to keep nice and pristine. And, you're going to want to look at that thing over the years. Those paintings, I'm telling you, I know that all of us growing up, when we watched that show and we saw the opening of Rod Serling walking through that gallery and seeing these paintings. And he'd pick one and he'd talk about that one and that would be the episode. But he was going through the gallery, you'd go, what's that one?
Yeah.
I wonder what the story behind that one's about. And
Yeah.
Really wonderful.
And I think there's supposed to be some great stories in there. Just recently at Profiles in History, they had an auction and they auctioned off one of the paintings that's actually featured in the book.
Wow.
It's the one with Joan Crawford. Remember that?
Yes.
The name is that big one. And
well, that's from the TV movie. That's from the pilot.
TV movie. Yeah.
Yes.
The pilot.
Spielberg.
Yes.
Yep.
And I believe it sold for, I want to say over $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I mean, look, I'm a fan of Joan Crawford and I'm a fan of Night Gallery, but I don't know if I want that image of Joan Crawford looking at me in my house.
But there is some, like, I still remember specifically some, like, there was one called Spectre and Tap Shoes. And it's just like dancing. It's like not a ballerina, kind of like a showgirl, but the head is a skull,
Yeah.
And the doll had like a little doll, like sitting in the corner, and the crack of the door, the light hitting it. Like, I mean, they're just so amazing.
I have a print of it was, and I'm blanking on the name of the episode, but it's the one where there's the android servants.
Oh,
and it's Broderick Crawford and Cloris Leachman, and they're being.
Yeah, I think it was called You Can't Get Help Like That Anymore. Something like that.
That's
right?
it. No, that's it. Yeah.
I love
and so
that. Yeah.
I have a print of that's signed by Lana Wood, who plays one of the androids.
It's like a maid. It's like a maid, and she's like a marionette robot kind of.
It's a broken android maid.
Yeah, it's creepy.
And it's really creepy.
It's great. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Spielberg directed that Joan Crawford episode.
Yeah, yes.
And it was an early directing gig of his.
Yes.
And I'd read somewhere that he went and bought the sleigh from Citizen Kane at auction.
Yes.
I'm wondering if he had known, maybe he bought this painting anonymously, but I'm wondering if he had known that this thing was on sale, if he would have wanted it. I bet he would have.
Good
Yeah, that's
question.
true.
He should have
And-
that.
Because
And
I
he
had
could have
read
afforded
too. Yeah, I remember. I think I had read too. And I think it's in that gallery book, the book on the making of the show, how everybody's wondering, oh man, Joan Crawford, she's going to eat that little Spielberg kid alive. But he really knew his stuff, and he like won her, respect, like because he knew what he was doing. Yeah, that's cool.
Nice one,
And yet,
James.
I hear there's a story that I heard about the filming of that piece. Even though Spielberg was doing this and it was for Night Gallery, Joan Crawford still had to share a dressing room with Trog. True story.
Every time. Yeah.
Couldn't get rid of that guy.
Matt, how about you? You got one for us?
I do, and I am not going to go for a book or a DVD. I'm going to go for a toy.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think, Larry, you will find this pleasing
Okay.
because this hits you where you live.
Mm-hmm.
We all love Robbie the Robot.
Yes, we
Of
do.
course.
The robot from Forbidden Planet, iconic, beautiful design. And over the years, there have been various different model kits and
Yeah.
toys of Robbie the Robot.
Yes.
Larry has some amazing tin toys that are just beautiful. They're classic. They're very expensive, especially now,
Yeah.
because a lot of those things, correct me if I'm wrong, Larry, you really can't find anymore. Or if you do find them, they can be a couple grand even, right?
Yes, exactly, Matt. Yes.
Yeah. So let's say you want a Robbie the Robot, but you don't have that kind of money. Or you want to get a robot toy. You want to turn Robbie the Robot on to a younger generation.
Right.
Well, you can get right now, when I went online, I found this thing for $14.92.
Mm.
And this is Robbie the Robot, light and sound walking toy, 15 inches tall
Wow.
from Walmart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. It's
I've seen them in action too. They're
yes,
great.
and,
yeah.
and Matt,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, it is a beautiful robot toy.
Is it
And
a
it is-
new toy?
Yes,
It
it's
is a new
Yeah.
And
toy.
it is
Really?
new. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Walmart, but Matt's right. It's a big, tall robot, and not like cheap. It's like you press the button, it lights up, it walks, it talks, and I have a feeling that it's between you can find it sometimes for $15 or $20, and it's beautiful. And because I think they made thousands and thousands of these, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to like go up in value. But the great thing is what Matt's brought up is if you want a really nice robot, and it's really nice, a nice Robbie robot, it's an inexpensive toy robot.
What's the company?
Is it Leonard?
No, I
Them?
don't.
No,
I
not
don't
them?
have.
All
I
I've
don't.
got is Walmart.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any? Because the Walmart exclusive,
I
I don't
think-
know the exact
Ah.
manufacturing that did it.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think it's made alongside with the Iron Giant.
They did an Iron
Yeah,
Giant
Iron
too.
Giant.
Yes.
And
Wow.
and if you go to a Walmart, go down the line of action figures. It's usually down towards the end. It's usually up on a higher shelf, and they're normally sold together. Now, what I want to let people know, who are listening now, you may go on eBay. You may find these for $30, $50, $80 right now on eBay. Don't do that.
No.
Do what Matt did. Go online, because it's like there are people that are thinking, oh man, I'm going to try and sell this for a lot of money. No,
No.
people, no.
Walmart.com, $14.92. I think they're shipping, but it's whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
good.
it's not
That's
much.
Great.
It is. I
So
mean, it's one of the best bargains you'll ever get because,
That's cool.
as
Matt, I
Larry was
totally
saying, it is beautifully done. It actually does walk. It does
Yeah.
have the sounds from the movie of
Wow.
Robbie the
Yeah.
Robot. Not only the sounds of Robbie the Robot, but of music. The
Mhm.
electronic soundtrack from
Wow.
Forbidden Planet. It also plays.
And the
That's
thing,
awesome.
the thing I really hate and despise are these people who it's like a new toy comes out and they try to buy them all and try to jack up the price and put them on eBay. And I hate those people. You guys know this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I think is going to happen is I think there's plenty of these that have been made. So go online or just go to the store. I'm sure you'll be able to find these. But Matt, that is a great suggestion.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
really
Yeah.
good, and you'll be so happy with it. And do what Larry does. Get 2 of them.
Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say about this, and I'll get off my high horse, when it first came out, the box was slightly different. It had Robbie, the picture on the half of the box had Robbie holding Anne Francis. That has been changed. But
Sure.
guys, look, some people are trying to sell this box with the robot saying, oh, it's going to be worth $150. People, no, it's not. Again,
Right.
there's plenty of them out there. Don't get taken in by these people on eBay. Okay.
Can I just also, I want to say, don't worry about the box.
Yeah.
You got to take it out of the box. You got to watch Robbie walk.
Sure.
You got this is a toy to be played with.
Yeah.
And you can play with it gently and
Yes, you can.
and then put it back in your shelf. But this is something you're going to want to see in action.
And it's kind of an open box. It should be
Anyway,
easy to
yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But again, like Matt said, just get 2.
And if you're a fan of the Iron Giant, you could do worse than that because it's about the same price. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a nice figure too.
Mhm.
That's
Nice
It
cool.
is,
It's like
yes.
just the fact that they're putting out a mass item like that of those characters. That's great.
It's amazing. Robbie the Robot, that film came out in 1957. And
I
here
know,
we are in
but it's-
2020. And
Yeah.
here we have a toy robot that walks, talks, and lights
And
up.
it's still a great robot too.
I mean, it's the one thing that makes me like, there's the one small happy thing in 2020.
True. Yes. Yeah. I agree. So there you go.
Nice,
Cool.
very nice. Kevin?
Very nice. Let's see. Anyone familiar with Trick or Treat Studios?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
This year they put out about 5 zombie busts covering
Really?
Dawn of the Dead, Zombie House by the Cemetery, and Zombie Holocaust.
Holocaust.
It's festive. Yeah.
The holiday version. Holocaust.
They are about 9 inches tall and all gorgeous to look at.
So they're like sculpted busts.
Oh yeah, they're all resin
Painted
busts,
and
painted up. Yeah, with a
Huh.
little plaque at the title.
and they
look
put out
great.
so they put out Dr. Freudstein from House by the Cemetery. That's the character.
They put what is this? I wish I could show you a picture.
The House by the Cemetery monster. It's like
Yeah, he's
it's
in like
a
a
doctor. He's like all That's
he looks like a
cool.
pumpkin face. But
Yeah. That's
they got
cool.
the 2 from Zombie. They got the boat one. They got the cemetery one. They got
Nice.
your plaid zombie from Dawn of the Dead.
Right.
They look great. So look them
That's
up when you get a
awesome.
chance. Yeah,
Nice.
That's very cool.
I
Yeah.
love Trick or Treat.
yeah. They do some really nice stuff.
Everything they do, I think, is brilliant.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice one, Kevin.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Mm.
short and sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Sean, why don't you give us another?
All right, Sean, you're up.
So this is a cool item that I think I saw on the Monsters in Motion site. You know, Monsters in Motion's great.
Yes.
company
Oh, yeah.
for all kinds
Yes.
of
Monsters in
stuff.
Motion.
It doesn't say the name of the company. I'm not sure, but it's a cool little like display item. This is the planet killer from the Star Trek episode The Doomsday Machine.
Interesting.
Oh,
It's like
I haven't
about
seen this.
it's about 8 or 9 inches long. It's like partly die cast, and it's on a little stand, and it lights up from inside. It's like the planet killer.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's very cool. It's like, you know, I mean, I think it's like around maybe $70 or so. But I mean, it's
That's a little
deluxe.
high.
Yeah, but it's nice looking. I mean, and if you're a Star Trek fan like James, you got to get this.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna order it now.
But it's like that one, you know, it's like the iconic ship that, like, you know, the one that looks like a little bugle, the little snack, the bugle snack.
It's it's the most terrifying ice cream cone.
Yeah, but they got the color of it and the sculpting of it right, and you know, has that reddish glow from inside. It lights up. It's really cool. I mean, it's
See,
you know,
that was one of those.
That's one thing you haven't seen. You know, in all the Star Trek stuff, you haven't seen that, and that's cool.
But see, that's one of those things where I always felt like that was one, and I haven't done this, but I always felt that was something like, well, I could make that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
No,
but how about this? You know what they should do? I think what they should do is they should make a planet killer flashlight. Huh?
Sure, that'd be cool.
It has the
Yeah, I
inside,
like that.
the insides are spinning, you know.
Yeah.
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 I like that. But
that's cool.
yeah.
If I had a easy 70 to throw around, I'd probably grab that.
Yeah, it's like on you get put like with your other like light up items on the shelf.
Anything that
I mean,
lights
it's cool.
up, I'm
yeah. And you get like a tiny little Enterprise and put it like hanging next to it. It's about to go
Nice.
inside.
I want a even tinier Decker.
Yeah. Well, a little I know that tiny William Wyndham character. Yeah. But yeah, so check that out.
Oh, Sean, that's
And who makes that? Do you know?
I don't know the name. It doesn't say the name of the company. I couldn't find it, but it's I don't know if it's an exclusive with Monsters in Motion, but
Okay.
but check it out.
Sounds good.
Last year, I talked to you guys about, I know Matt's not really a big fan, but I talked to you guys about the reaction figures from Super 7. And
All right.
it just so happens that of all days, today I find out that Super 7, the reaction figures, they're making a Creature Walks Among Us figure.
I saw that.
I flipped out because the funny thing is, Sean knows this is not my favorite of the creature films, but as a completist, I have their little creature, I have their glow in the dark creature, I got the Revenge of the Creature, which is what I talked about last year, where they basically put little chains on them.
Right.
This is a completely unique looking figure. It's
Yeah.
Creature Walks Among Us. They're about what's
Like 4 inches or so.
Yeah, like Star Wars size.
And look, we've talked about this. When these figures come out, they're average between $15, $18. It seems like a lot of money, but understand these are not like mass-produced Star Wars figures where they make hundreds of thousands of them. These are limited. Right. I'm not saying they're only making 100 or 1,000, but they're not going to be making hundreds of thousands.
Right.
Of course, I ordered my one to take out of the package and one to keep. But it's so great to have all three little creatures lined up. The Creature Walks Among Us. And if you guys go to Super 7, if you go to their website, you'll see their monster figures. They also have a slew of other figures. Like they also are doing like Nightmare Before Christmas, Back to the Future, Peanuts comic characters, other Universal monsters.
They did an Archie series like from the 60s comics. It's actually really cool.
Really?
Cool little figures.
Yeah.
It's the Archie's figures. Yeah.
And
cool.
Look, I totally get where Matt is coming from. He goes, I don't really like him. But if you're a creature fan or a monster fan,
sure.
Or like James, if you're an Archie fan, there aren't a lot of things like that out there.
Yeah,
so I applaud Super 7 for doing that. Those little reaction figures.
Yeah.
Yes. I will say this. One thing I've over the years started to appreciate about those figures is that I now understand that the attraction is not just the figure, it's the whole card. They do a really good job in presenting it as an art piece.
Yes.
And any of those figures I probably wouldn't take out of the package because I think that's
part of the whole display.
You need the whole display. I don't think
but
the
also
figure on its own is dazzling enough, but they always do such a great job with packaging.
Yeah, but I also think they they're actually gotten really a lot better with some of their sculpting. Like some of them, like they put out the Maria robot from Metropolis, which I think is beautiful, and I do like. I think they're pretty nice. And I have the Sideshow 12-inch of the Creature Walks Among Us, which I love.
Me too.
Beautiful. Yeah. And the Sideshow regular creature. But I think just the fact that you have another alternate toy version of the Creature Walks Among Us is great. Because as you guys know, I love that movie. I think it's very underrated.
I know.
Me too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
And look, what we can admit is, you may not be a fan of Archie or Back to the Future, but there are people out there who are huge fans.
Of course.
Sure,
these are figures that all these people wanted. So I applaud them for doing a toy line of something that may not have been the most
they're kind of smart with the characters they're putting out.
So it's like, I know Matt's not going to buy the Back to the Future figures, but there are going to be people who are. But again, Creature Walks Among Us,
that's
reaction,
cool.
Super 7 figure.
Nice.
Very nice.
I support this.
Thank you.
All right, James.
All right. A few years ago on the show, we had Dr. Migo as a special guest.
Oh, yes.
And back at the time, they were relaunching the Migo line at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was exciting. But there was a little bit of reservation because some of those new exclusive figures were from sitcoms like Cheers and The Facts of Life.
Right.
And Brady Bunch, and it wasn't Greg from Brady Bunch, it was Alice. And we were a little
Different
bit
kind of horror.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very happy to say that what Migo's turning out now is totally up our alley.
It's like they're for us now. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes, yeah.
I love everything they're coming out with.
Yeah.
So many of the things are on my wish list. You can pre-order, like I mentioned on the last episode or a recent episode, the Willy Wonka Gene Wilder figure.
Fantastic.
The Christopher Lee Hammer Dracula figure.
Yeah. There's going to be a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
Coming out.
And already out are Reagan from The Exorcist.
Beautiful.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
There's a Stan Lee figure.
Yes. Yeah. The Fly.
The Fly.
The Fly's great. I love the Fly.
Ultraman, Ultra 7.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Those are coming.
Really, the Canamet from Twilight Zone. Some really cool
it's a Mr. Hyde one too, which I like, which is really unique and just cool. It's like,
well, there's also what they're going to do with Hannibal Lecter. There's already one that you can get where he's in like the blue jumpsuit.
Right. Yeah. With a mask. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're putting out one with a straight jacket. That's the one that I want.
That's awesome.
They got to have like a removable face that you can peel off of it.
Yeah.
But as we've always talked about, like there's just something about the way those figures are made. There's a quaintness and a charm to them, and the fact that they're doing, they're putting out new figures now, but of older characters of stuff that we love. Like they're like they're going monster craze now, which is fantastic.
Yeah. I salute them. They're doing a wonderful job.
And like they're all under $20.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. They're great figures. Yeah. Good job.
It's funny because when I was just gonna say, when all the figures that you guys mentioned, they're all fantastic. But I think when I saw the Ultraman one, I felt as if I was a kid again, and I said, "Oh, that's the figure I wish I had when I was a kid."
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Can you imagine like back then when you had your old Mego figures as a little kid, you had Ultraman too,
I know.
Playing with Spider-Man and
Well, what I would do, Sean, is because we had the Aurora dinosaur models, Allosaurus. Ultraman fight Allosaurus because it's like a monster, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job.
You can find small scale Ultraman figures like from Japan, like Bandai, but these actually have fabric costumes.
That's what's and they're Mego. They're actually Mego, which is great.
Yeah. They're superposable.
They don't cost $60 or $80.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's a reason to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Mego's back.
Yes, they are, and gangbusters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice one, James.
All right. Well, this was announced last year, I believe, and we've been waiting for it. And Distinctive Dummies did a version of this character, but it's the John Nada Roddy Piper figure from They Live.
Oh,
right. Yeah. I have that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And so NECA has this one that's coming out, and it looks beautiful. The clothes, the sculpting, everything is just perfect.
NECA's always amazing.
This is a pre-order. I pre-ordered it and I'm waiting for it.
Cool.
But if you wanted to get that and then get something else, what Shout Factory is doing is they're releasing a collector's edition set of the movie with an exclusive NECA figure of Frank, played by Keith David.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Because Distinctive Dummies put out the 2-pack of Roddy Piper with Frank.
Now, I thought it was Roddy Piper and somebody else.
Oh, no, you're right.
I think
Frank came
was
with a female alien.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
And those are wonderful. And we love Distinctive Dummies. We love Distinctive Dummies. But let's say you missed that because now when you go back and you try to find Distinctive Dummies stuff, it's so expensive. Yeah, because they're very limited edition.
Right.
But Shout Factory is going to do this where you get the 4K Ultra HD DVD
of They Live, right?
The Blu-ray DVD, and with all the extras and a bunch of different interviews and audio commentary and making ofs. And so you get this wonderful set. You also get a poster, little mini poster.
Nice.
But you get this figure, this Keith David figure. And if you go online, if you go to Shout Factory and you look this thing up, the likeness of Keith David, because it's approved by him, by the way. It's perfect. It's so perfect. It's like
awesome.
looking at him. And so they're limited to 4,000 units. I'm feeling a little stupid. I haven't gotten this yet, but they're 4,000 units. Just buy one of these, okay? Because I still want one. But just having those two on your shelf, and you're watching the movie, and you've got your John Nada, and you've got Frank, and then you can, like, when they're having the fight in the movie,
They can fight for hours.
You can have the figures fight. Exactly. You could do your bonus footage. You could have them fight even longer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, when I saw this set, I was just blown away. And if you pre-order it from Shout Factory, it's like $75. I think the going price is around $100.
Right.
But it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Even at $100, I mean, with the DVD, 4K Ultra HD, and the figure and the poster.
Yeah.
Good
Sure.
deal.
That's cool.
Nice one, Matt. Nice one.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, back in your corner.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what the heck? This is the wrong year ever to be pimping a board game where you have to play with friends.
Poor Kevin Smith playing with his cat.
Yeah. This is big board game news for people who like board games. Frank Herbert's Dune, the board game that came out in 1979, has been in licensing hell for about 30 plus years, and it just got re-released this year. And it's one of the most fantastic board games you will ever play. It is it's you can replay the book if you want. You can, like, it's that accurate to the book.
So now, this wasn't a tie-in yet with the movie at the time, because it had not come out yet.
It's based on the books. This came out in 1979 by Avalon Hill, and you play with 6 other people, but it's like the most imbalanced board game you'll ever play because everybody has different rules. So everybody's kind of fighting against each other and allying with each other. It's just a great social game to play with somebody else. And all of this pandemic goes away. But it's great. It's great. So
if you're looking for a really fun board game adventure in 2022, this is it, right?
Look for Dune, yes.
And of course, with the new version of the movie, another movie coming out, maybe that's interesting. I didn't even know. I wasn't aware.
I don't know.
I'm hoping. I mean,
I like the director.
I'm hoping
fine director.
Be, it'll be interesting. It's
I've read all the books during COVID, so I'm ready.
Nice.
So Kevin, is it just called Dune the board game, or The Dune?
Just Dune.
No, it's not The Dune.
The Dune the game. Yeah, no, just Dune board game. You'll find it. Barnes and Noble has an exclusive version where there's some little 3D printed pieces you can get if you're into that sort of thing too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if you're looking for exclusives, Barnes and Noble. Otherwise, online. So,
was there ever a Milton Bradley?
I think when the '84 movie came out, they redid one with Sting on the cover. So if you're looking for a collector's edition,
I never played the '84 movie game, but my mom played it, and she swore it was like the funnest board game she ever played.
If it's the same as this, it might be I don't know.
Wow.
But it's incredibly fun. So
was there a Fisher Price game of Dune?
OONE. Yeah.
The little wooden.
Fisher Price.
What do they call it? The little wooden people. Yeah.
Spice Land.
Spice Worm. I want the worm figure. Yeah.
There were no Fisher Price. There were no Fisher Price Dune people. Thank you.
Thank God you cleared that up.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Sean, take us out of this.
Okay. Well, Kevin, you had mentioned the Friday the 13th Blu-ray set. There's all kinds of Friday the 13th figures, of course, characters. But one character they put out, which I thought was great. Now, a couple years back, they put out Pamela Voorhees, with the knife.
Nice.
In her sweater with a knife, and it came with a little Jason.
Yeah.
And that was NECA, I believe. And NECA now they put out a Pamela Voorhees figure, like the corpse figure from the lake. Because if you remember, in Friday the 13th Part 2, you see Pamela Voorhees' head.
Yes. The leathery,
the withered skull-like head. But then in Part 3, strangely, remember, Pamela Voorhees' corpse comes out of the water.
Yes.
Just like Jason did in the first one.
Dream sequence, maybe. Yeah.
It's corpse Pamela Voorhees.
Excellent.
So she's
I'm going to have to look for that.
With the grayish hair, and she got all the messed up sweater, and it's awesome looking. And so they
I love that character. I'm super happy.
Yeah, and
it's like an evolution of Pamela Voorhees.
It's in scale with the first Pamela figure. So like it will make a great the evolution of Pamela Voorhees.
I always wondered what Jason did during his downtime. Like, he's just hanging out at Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
And he has his mom's head, so maybe he decided, I don't know, I'll put it back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe she'll come back to life.
He put it in a fridge first in the second one, and then he took it. Yeah.
It's the first girl.
She opens up the fridge and it's her.
And it's over his head, right?
Okay.
So there you go. But that's you can have tons of hours of fun with your little
Pamela Voorhees.
That first set that came with the little child Jason. That's one of my favorite things ever.
It's fantastic.
And the fact that he's wearing the little Crystal Lake
I know. It's fantastic.
Wow.
I know.
I remember this is somewhat related, but I was just taking a plane somewhere and I'm wearing my Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake camp counselor.
I have
shirt.
that same shirt.
You know the shirt?
Everyone approaches you and you wear it too. It's great.
Yeah. People love this. Unless, of course, you are with airport security. And I'm going through, putting my stuff through the x-ray machine, and some guy looks at my shirt and he goes, Camp Crystal Lake? And I go, yeah. He goes, from Friday the 13th? And I go, yes. And I turn around and I go, see, camp counselor. He goes, camp counselor? Why would you wear a t-shirt like that? And I go, because I'm a camp counselor at Camp Crystal Lake. And he goes, what? And I go, hey man, a guy's got to work. And he just looked at me.
I've had the same exact experience at work where one of my coworkers was like, I didn't know you were a camp counselor. I'm like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
So Matt, as you walked away, did the guy go sicko? Or
well, I felt him psychically saying that as I left.
Right.
Like, what a horrible person.
Wow.
So I was delighted.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice one, Sean. Nice one.
Very good.
Yeah, that's good.
Look, Kevin brought up games, and who doesn't like a big monster? Everyone loves big monsters.
We love them. Yes, we do.
Don't you love it if you can mix big monsters and a game? Well, this particular game has been around for a long time. And of course, I'm talking about the game of Monopoly. Well, now we can welcome Godzilla Monopoly.
No.
Really? Is this new?
This is new. Now, Godzilla. Monopoly's been around since 1935. It was originally called the Landlord's Game. It was created by Lizzie Magie back in 1903. And it was purchased by Parker Brothers in 1935. Then Hasbro in 1991. Now, Monopoly has gone on to have all these different editions and creations. In fact, one of them is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Monopoly.
Yeah, I love that one. Me too.
And I love. But
no matter how many incarnations, still no fun.
Yeah, no. My friend, but you might think differently if you get the Godzilla Monopoly game.
I don't think so, but go ahead.
Well, look, instead of houses,
you destroy every house instead of buying them.
Houses, they have facilities.
Oh.
Instead of hotels, they have bases. And instead of like Park Place or Boardwalk, the places they have like Kitakami Lake or Goros Island or Monster Island. And they also include 6 beautifully sculpted figures of Godzilla, Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, and Minya. Now, the game sells anywhere between $40 to $50, but it's like, look, if you're a Godzilla fan and if you don't want to, you're like Matt, go, I don't want to play, money and hotel stuff. Well, now you could play Godzilla Monopoly with your friends.
Look, my problem with Monopoly has nothing to do with the real estate. It's the game that everyone wants to end.
Although if you're
Yeah.
playing
Nobody
Monopoly,
wants to play Monopoly. No
but
one.
if you're going to be playing Monopoly, why not?
But you won't.
have it be a Godzilla Monopoly.
You know what'll happen? Look, Sean, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna open up the box. You're gonna Godzilla. You're gonna look at the game board, and you're gonna go, oh, that's cool, right? And you're gonna
Yes.
read the little things on the
Yes.
game board. You're gonna that's neat.
Yes.
And you're gonna see the little figures. And you're like, oh, that's great. Look at the figures are perfect. And then you'll start playing it. 10 minutes in, you're like, hey, you know what? Why don't we revisit this
Okay. All right. Well, look.
and get some Funyuns from the kitchen?
For listeners,
I'm sorry, Planet Destroyers.
Look. For listeners, if you're like Matt, who likes to play the game of pie in the face, that's fine. If you like more sophisticated games, then I think this would be a
Don't
lot
knock
of fun.
pie in the face.
Sean and James, man, we're there. We're gonna play.
Larry, are these incarnations of the '60s Godzilla characters, or?
I think.
Oh no, you're not. No. Wait, whoa.
Are they kind of loose?
This is not.
interpretations?
This is not. We're not talking about the new Godzilla.
No, not the new Godzilla. No, it's Toho. This is
Classic
licensed.
Toho.
I think I've
Licensed.
seen the
Okay.
sculpts. They're based
All
on
right, well, that's
Licensed
better.
Toho.
Yeah.
That's
I
better.
know. I know. Kevin's a sculptor, and he's very critical. I think the
He's
sculpts-
been judging you this entire time.
I think
Clearly.
the sculpts that they do for the Monopoly game are very nice.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the best part of the game.
Yeah, no, I can't wait till they put out Trog Monopoly. That's going to be awesome.
Now that I'll play.
Little Joan Crawford
That I'll
figures.
play.
See,
And
never-
you keep trying to buy a dressing room near Joan Collins.
Joan Crawford.
I wish Joan
Joan
Collins.
Collins.
Joan Collins
Joan
would be
Crawford.
cool. Joan Collins.
Oh,
would be cool.
Freudian slip.
Oh, demon booze.
Yes,
All right.
that's true.
Matt, that's the Empire of the Ants Monopoly game.
Yes.
Oh,
James,
Let's
there's
make
one.
that happen.
James, do you have a game you could tell us about, or something else?
What do you got?
Sean mentioned NECA, and these are kind of glory days. Even though Toys R Us is gone, you can still go into a Target or a Walmart, and there's a section, and it's not necessarily the toy aisle, it's more in the electronics section, where you can find a lot of NECA goods. And this is not new, and I think some of us already have this, but I was pretty thrilled that I could walk into a Target and I could find the set of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch NECA kids in costume
Yes.
figures.
Yeah, I
they're
got
fantastic.
that. Yeah.
And,
That's beautiful.
And it comes with a little lenticular television,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is showing the
No.
commercial,
Yeah.
and optional mask heads.
Yeah.
And it was about $40-$50.
Yeah.
But still, just
No, it's
just the
fantastic.
fact
Great.
that
It's
this
great.
has been made and that you don't have to pay through the nose.
Yeah,
in
well,
one of the
again,
specialties.
Distinctive Dummies came out with another set earlier, which is now hard to get. I got those, but these are also great.
They're really nicely sculpted, and you get the rotting one,
Yeah,
the rotting
Right.
heads, and then you get the regular mask, and you can interchange them. And what's nice is what I've done is I've put the rotting heads on the kid figures, and then I
Right.
have the regular mask ones, kind of like it's the display.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know how you feel about kids anyway, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Something
Yeah,
subconscious
see?
about this.
And
See, finally, you get with
Yeah.
karma
the little TV accessory just makes it.
is
That's
so
just
good.
And it's just
perfect.
And
Yeah.
what's NECA did a similar thing with They Live.
Yes.
They have one of the aliens on the TV set,
Mhm.
and that company is just doing such terrific work.
And talk about, James, you said like these are glory days. Like, who'd have thought back in 1980, whatever it was, when Halloween 3 came out and bombed, there's going to be two different sets, deluxe figures of those characters. But they're fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about doing a show that was like movies you changed your mind about.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I don't really have too many movies I've changed my mind about, but there are movies that I enjoy more than I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when the movies first came out, I was just too close to it and too emotionally invested.
Yeah.
And now some time has gone by and I've learned to appreciate just the fun of movies.
Yeah.
And like Halloween 3 is one of them.
It really is. Yeah.
Definitely,
Each
totally.
time I go back, it's funnier.
And
It's-
because it's so odd and because it's so bonkers, that's
Yes.
what makes it stick out. Because
I agree.
It's so much more memorable than all the Halloween sequels. The early
Yes.
sequels like
Yeah.
3 and 4, and not 4 or 5.
or
so
right,
those-
all that other
like
stuff.
Return of Michael Myers, Curse of Michael Myers. Like,
yeah, right.
it's like they're just so nondescript. But
Well,
Halloween
plus-
3 is just its own weird animal.
Plus, now we have this total appreciation for Tom Atkins.
Yes,
and
right.
Stacy Nelkin back in the day. It's like, oh my God.
Where's the Stacey Nelkin figure?
No,
I know.
stop.
NECA, hello.
Yeah, Matilda May. Where's that?
Oh my
Force.
gosh!
Look,
Yeah,
James-
Yeah, really.
James, unlike Matt, I still have the same feeling about Halloween 3 as I did when I first saw it. And, I hated it, but I did like the little tune, Happy Halloween.
Oh, sure.
But I will say those figures, it's cool enough to make me want to get it.
because the masks, because
Because
Yeah, sure.
post masks,
Masks,
The trick or treaters.
And
That's
don't
what
you
makes
think,
it, yeah.
Larry? Don't you think if you watched it now, it's years have gone by. It's a thing of its time, and I agree with Sean. The thing that has made me grow to love it over the years is how weird it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
we've all
and
said before,
yeah.
like it shouldn't have been called really Halloween 3. It should have been just called Season of the Witch,
Right.
and it may have done better. But
it might have done
it's-
better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, you're always agreeing with Sean. So, of course you're going to say that. But I agree with Sean that it should have
Oh,
been
you're
called-
agreeing with him now.
Well, you always
You want to
do.
apologize for that?
No, I'm not going to apologize for that. But I'm just going to say
I don't
would-
always agree with Sean,
You
but-
almost always.
but I almost always do. True, because Sean has good taste most of the time. We have our little things every once in a while. There's a movie here where I give him shit about some of the Blu-rays that he buys, but that's what our show is.
yeah.
Right.
What's our show? What?
It's called Monster Party.
No, I know that, sir.
It's look, Monster Party is you get these
Okay.
four
This is great.
nerds.
Sean,
And no, and then you add personal attacks
I see.
and alcohol.
There's no personal
and
text.
bitterness and anger.
That's the recipe.
Yeah,
That's the
there-
right.
recipe.
It's a magical recipe.
It's the fruit cake
Yeah.
that is Monster Party.
right.
James, nice one. Nice.
Hey.
All right. Well, you know what?
Guess what, Matt? It's your turn.
Okay. I wasn't going to do this.
No, do it.
I wasn't going to do this. But because James brought up these NECA figures, these Halloween 3 ones, we were talking about movies that we not necessarily changed our mind about, but we enjoy more.
Right.
This is something that I just got. I pre-ordered these, and maybe you guys already have them, or some of you do. I don't know. But they were available a while back, and then I went to like the Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
online place, and so I pre-ordered these, and they finally came. It's weird because it's a guilty pleasure. It really is a guilty pleasure now. But so the movie The Black Hole,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like it when it came out, but I remember liking a lot of the designs when I
Mhm.
first saw it. And
Mhm.
over the years, I don't know what it is. It's still terrible. It's still terrible. But I keep going back to it.
Me
And
too. I still kind of like watching. There are elements that are cool though.
Yes.
Yes.
It kind of scarred me the first time I saw it in science class. Of all
Really?
places.
That's fucked up.
We watched it.
That is so wrong.
We watched it in our
That's
astronomy.
the problem with our country.
Yeah, no, we watched it in science class because we were talking
Wow.
about black holes. I don't know why they showed us that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's so scientifically accurate.
Wow.
That ending
Well,
haunted me for
Do
years.
you watch? Do you watch like Godzilla movies in your archaeology
I
class?
wish. I
Like-
wish.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
no,
weird.
like that Bosch painting ending where you're just like, what
Yeah,
the
well,
hell
yeah,
is this?
I mean, the movie is
Burned
so
into
bizarre.
my retinas
But
forever.
you know what though, Matt, because the movie is not boring to me though.
no, I
It's
love
like,
it too.
It's really kind of strangely compelling, and
Yes.
I
Yes.
still haven't really cracked the code on it. Like I want to watch it again because I didn't like it when I saw it in the theater. I'm like, what is this? I was disappointed, but I do keep coming back to it, and
I don't know what
it's weird.
I fight it. Every time,
Right.
I still have the same opinion, but every time I go back to it, I fall in love a little bit more with those robots.
Yes, yes.
And I never thought this would happen, but Bob and Vincent,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
even them, I'm now starting to go like,
Oh yeah. You'll get no argument from my wife. You know, like she loves those figures.
yeah,
So-
I mean, they're still stupid.
Watching Ernest Borgnine float.
Well,
It was like his
Real,
last
it's experimental
wish.
film.
Yeah.
Whereas watching
There should be a double feature
Yeah.
with Marty.
Anthony Perkins getting blended to pieces.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's the thing too.
Thought
The
of
cast,
this.
the cast is so odd.
It's just
Like
bizarre.
you'll
Yeah.
never have that cast together again anywhere in the
You know-
history of
Well,
cinema.
I will say, we've talked about Black Hole before. I don't hate it as much as Matt does. My only issue is really the ending, which I thought.
Well, that
was-
I can see, Larry, because you're so literal and like you don't like ambiguity at all in anything. So I understand that. But
Well,
to me,
here's
it's
where-
just a trippy,
wait.
cool 2001 kind of thing.
Now, here's where I defend Larry. Larry is right.
Ooh,
It's
Ooh.
that ending still is ridiculous. But much
I'm not
like
saying it's not ridiculous. I'm just saying
but it's now I laugh at it. It's kind of like Halloween 3, where the stupid parts to me, now I'm charmed by how stupid they are.
right.
Yeah.
If they just did a hard cut right after where Maximilian is fused and just hard cut to credits and not go to where they go to heaven or whatever that was, I'd be okay with that.
But no,
That's a
Matt,
good point.
But no,
So wait a minute.
It's
So wait-
just
Yeah.
goofy.
No,
Yes.
Sean, go ahead.
no, because I want to hear what you're saying though about the actual item here that you're
Okay,
talking
so
about.
these are
Oh.
diamond. These are diamond select figures,
Yes,
and they're not to be confused.
fantastic.
If you go online, they did some Walgreens exclusive figures that are not the same. They're
Right.
they're not what you want.
Right.
What you
right.
want are the diamond select ones because
Yes, with the backdrop.
right, because if you
Yeah.
get Vincent and Bob, and that's one set, and you get Maximilian, which to me, that's one of the reasons that I keep going back to the black hole. I just love Maximilian. I think that's a really well designed,
Oh my God, it's one of the coolest
attractive
robots.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
There, can you
if
see my guys?
yeah.
guys up
Oh, there we go.
There's-
Yeah. See,
Perfect.
if
I got those for Gina for last Christmas.
yeah, they're beautiful. And if you buy both sets, you get this nice little bridge display from the Cygnus.
Oh, it's so awesome.
And they really put a lot of love in these
display-
figures.
the way
There's
the
all these
stamps
different
are cool, too.
arms.
Yeah,
And you get these wonderful little display pieces so you can have these stands so Vincent and Bob can float.
right.
And
Yeah,
what
it's
I
really
love
cool.
about the Maximilian figure
Yeah.
is that it also comes with a separate head where Dr. Reinhardt,
I stuck him in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
you
it's-
see
are
his
you-
eyes
Oh my
sticking
God.
out.
Yeah.
How great is that?
Kidding me?
That is attention. Those are made
Yes.
by black hole fans.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They need to
Yes.
make like the henchman next with the
Yeah, no, I want to
Well,
see Captain
face.
Star, Captain
Yeah.
Star, and
the
the
helmet out.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things is that it looks like when you get the set, there are these connector pieces that look like they might have been planning to do
Yeah.
more figures that you could then connect to that bridge
Mm.
playset.
Yeah. I wish
And I
wish
don't
they
know.
did.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Like
I
the-
agree.
yeah.
I would love to see the other
Oh
robots.
my
I don't
God.
want. I
Yeah,
don't
the
necessarily need.
humanoid.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
the gunslinger, the guards,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
stormtroopers,
Yeah.
or whatever they are. I love the design work.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're really cool. I would love to. I wish someone would put out like a nice die-cast ship. The ship, Maximilian.
Cygnus.
The Cygnus.
Cygnus? Yeah.
That would be a great because I always like that ship. It may not be logical, but it's just the whole idea was like it was like an exo. The skeleton was on the outside,
Yeah.
which I don't know how that's supposed to help going through a black hole. But you think it'd be the opposite. But
Or
I
a
still love the design.
floating laboratory.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to look kind of like it's almost like a gothic, looking ship. I just love the ship.
Thing. Yeah.
It's very attractive.
It's
And that's,
beautiful.
and
And now you
that's the thing
can't-
that gets you about the black hole is that it keeps
Yes.
pulling you in, is that there are so many things that work.
Yes.
And then you've
And-
got these glaring things that don't. It's like you can almost see the good film that could have been.
Yeah, it is.
The great
kind of
film.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also like, my wife also has the original figures, like
Yes, she
smaller
does.
figures from which are hard to get now. And those are pretty cool
Mego,
too.
right?
I think they are. They're like smaller.
They're- yeah.
They're
Yeah.
small Migos, right?
Yeah,
Right,
but
Larry?
they're cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very cool.
It's funny, Sean. The black hole. I remember they had like this art, like an art set, which had these big prints
Mhm.
of backgrounds of the film. And one of them was of space with the beautiful black hole. One of the things I love about it is the way the design and the way they filmed the actual black hole was
right.
stunning.
Yeah, that's
And
really cool.
I took I took that one of space and put it up on my shelf, and I put my black hole figures in front of it. It looks so cool.
That's a case where I think in the right hands, done the right way, that could be remade. Because it's a Disney property.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody who loves the material, somebody did it right. You can make a new, updated version of that film, I think. But I don't know if they ever will.
Give it to Jon Favreau.
Yeah, no, seriously. If he's a fan of it, I'm telling you, it could be done really and still keep some of those designs, some of the elements of the original film, but make it solid, good, great movie.
Fix the ending.
Yeah. But you could now. You could do a lot.
Once again, this is what I'm torn about. The reason I keep going back, aside from the design work that I enjoy, is how crazy flawed it is too. Like,
it has a charm to it. Yeah. I know.
It's really a conundrum.
Yeah, I know
in
what
my
you mean.
fandom.
Yeah. Interesting, but hands down, those figures are great. And like finally, it took decades for someone to finally make new figures. And you know that those are made just for the fans. I mean, yeah, they're beautiful.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Excellent pick.
All right, buddy. Back in your corner.
Yes. So I have chosen the new Gamera Blu-ray box set, which is
What? How huge
Arrow
is that?
Video. Wait, have you guys not seen this?
No, I know
No.
Arrow had put out a set. I didn't know it was going to look that.
It is the size of a brick. It's huge.
Wow.
And it's got
All
like
right.
3 books you can unfold into it. It's
Oh
got
my
like the
God.
entire USA comic book collection in it. It's insane. It's huge.
Wow.
Is
What
that
I-
awesome?
that's region 1?
Yes. So they put out a Region
Cool.
1 set. What I love, though, is that unlike the Criterion set, which not their fault, but the Arrow Gamera set has all of the English dubs for all of the films included.
Oh.
Is it like the AIP does?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
really?
Yeah. These are all the original
Wow.
dubs. Yeah.
That's
What about
cool.
the Sandy Frank dubs? The really bad ones.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know if those are the ones that are in there or not. But,
So he even has a Gamera Super Monster?
oh, yeah. It's got
That
every
one's
Gamera film.
hilarious.
That one's
Wow.
insanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's
So
insane. Wow, that's cool, man.
No, it's-
What kind of extra stuff do they have?
They pretty much threw in everything but the kitchen sink.
They
There's
have,
tons
like-
of audio commentary. There's a whole book on the history of Gamera in here.
Wow.
Like, this is a full-on like book. Just
Oh, look at
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Everything
that's
in there.
nice.
They have like
So,
a piece of shell from Gamera.
yeah, they
like-
got little illustrations in
Oh,
there.
wow.
This is everything you'd ever
The
want.
cross sections.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is everything you'd ever want from a Gamera set. It's every
Wow.
single film they've ever made. So
How much
Including
does that
Gamera's
one
Brave?
go?
this giant set was like 160, but they're releasing 2 mini box sets that have the Showa films and the Heisei, and those I think are like $70 each. But it's
Wow.
everything this set is.
That's
So,
that's
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
beautiful.
That's
that
awesome.
set is wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
fantastic.
huge. It's not the most practical thing to put on a shelf, but
Yeah.
Good question, Kevin.
Yes.
Have you looked at any of them to see how crisp or how sharp they look? Or
they're Blu-ray quality. They look
I'm
good.
sure they're-
like
yeah.
they're better than any of the
Arrow-
Mill Creek DVDs you've had. Arrow does a pretty good
Hey.
job.
Yeah,
of
Arrow
preserving
goes
it. I like
watch
it
it.
a lot. Yeah. So
Yeah, Arrow goes out of their way to make great stuff.
they do.
Cool.
Okay, well, I have another Blu-ray release. This one's been out for a while, but it's great, and it's a movie that hasn't been on DVD for a while, I think. And that's from 1988. It's from Vinegar Syndrome, which is a great company that puts out lots of great stuff. This is a movie called Spellcaster. This is a Charles Band film.
Huh.
Classic kind of Empire Pictures Charles Band production, and it's the most 80s of 80s Charles Band movie you'll ever find. The premise is Richard Blade the VJ and DJ. He's in it as a DJ. So in this film, there's a bunch of teenagers who have won this contest on Rock TV, which is basically like MTV. And they win this contest to go to this castle and search for $1 million check. And the idea is that there's this pop star who gets to hang out with them at the castle, and it's a big competition. So he's going to find the money. But the castle is owned by this Mr. Diablo, who's this kind of mysterious guy, and is played by Adam Ant.
Oh, okay.
Adam Ant it's kind of like a glorified cameo, really, but he's the kind of one overseeing. He's watching everybody from his crystal ball up in the tower of the castle, and everybody has to search the castle to find this check. But the castle is full of all these like supernatural traps. Like this one girl is like searching for the check, and she sits in this big ornate chair with like a lion head and claws for the handles of the chair, and of course it comes to life and devours her. There's this kind of.
So I think we've answered the question whether Mr. Diablo is friend or foe.
Exactly. and there's like this other girl who's in this room, and there's a big painting mural on the wall, and there's like a big kind of beast creature in the painting. It comes out of the painting, comes to life. There's all kinds of cool.
All right. Well, don't give us the whole movie here.
But yeah, it's really fun. It's kind of good natured for it's a bunch of these teenagers getting killed supernaturally, but it's kind of
we always enjoy that.
Yeah, but it's a great. I mean, you got Adam Ant, you got Richard Blade, Tracy Lind, Bunty Bailey plays the pop star. She was famous for being in the Aha video "Take on Me."
Love that video.
She's a girl in that.
She's pretty sweet.
Yeah. But anyway, it's put out by Vinegar Syndrome, and it's great. It's this HD quality print. Richard Blade has an interview talking about the movie, and it's really fun. Lots of think quintessential Charles Band production, and it's in the castle that they filmed lots of Charles Band movies, like Castle Freak, Pit and the Pendulum. And it's really cool looking, and it's really fun. It's a really good job.
Nice one, Sean.
Very good.
Nice one.
And this one's like, I think you have to get maybe on the Vinegar Syndrome site. Maybe, I don't know if it's available everywhere, but definitely check it out. It's really fun.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay? Because I know listeners are listening and they're thinking, what would be a good gift to get? We've mentioned some Blu-rays and some toys and things, but let's say if you want to watch that film that Sean mentioned and you want to do it with a nice glass of wine, well, I've got a great wine gift for you, okay? This is from Vampire Vineyards, or also known as a vampire wine. And what it is it's produced in California. It's an acclaimed wine capital of Napa Valley. The Vampire Vineyards, it offers a selection of wine that comes with a little vampire cape on the bottle. A physical little vampire cape. That's and cool. What you can do is if you go to Vampire Vineyards or it's Vampire Wine, they have all these little sets that you could purchase. And it's like there's a set of 3 bottles of wine where they offer a Merlot, a Pinot Noir, and a Cabernet Sauvignon, and they all come with a little vampire cape. And it's so cool. And you can take the little cape off and put it on other bottles of wine afterwards. But the cool thing that I like is, my younger brother is a wine specialist, and he buys and sells wine. He knows all about fancy wine. This wine, the vampire wine, it's not like so expensive, but then it's also not the cheap wine, Right. It's like right in the middle for like a regular Joe, a regular vampire lover like me. So
how much?
It's like for a set of 3 bottles of wine with a little vampire capes, you can get that for like $50. Or you can get like one for like 20, okay?
And they're wearing capes.
And they're wearing little vampire capes, and it's got a great little logo, and the wine is delicious.
So they're like wine versions of Count Chocula.
Well, funny you should mention Count Chocula, sir, because not only do they offer wine, but they also offer Vampire Fine Belgian milk chocolate, which contains roughly like 33% more cocoa than your average chocolate bar, which makes it smoother and creamier and more chocolatier.
What the fuck? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I smell bullshit.
No.
What have they paid you to say this because you're now reading their press release.
No, I'm not reading the press. This is me. I wrote it down because this is what I like. See, why do you do that? Here, I'm trying to let our listeners know about something that's really nice and wonderful and delicious, and you're all poo, I don't like that. I want to. Yes, you are.
I smell a corporate shill.
Look, for listeners, if you want to give your loved one who likes monsters or vampires or any kind of creatures like some fancy vampire wine, you can go to their website, check it out, and they have these great little gift packages. So that's what I wanted to say. Meh.
No, I think you meant blah.
Blah, blah, blah. See, no one's offered food. No one's offered alcohol.
Yeah, I got some of that wine.
No, I like it. I'm just giving you a hard time, but
yes.
I
why must you do that? You don't give
because it's Monster Party.
You don't give James or Sean a hard time, but you always.
No, I never give James a hard time.
No. Here I am. I'm talking about wonderful wine, vampire wine with little vampire capes. Now I want to point out. Not every bottle of wine has a cape. Like if you get their so if you get like a Chardonnay or the sparkling rosé, they don't have capes. You got to go
fangs.
Those. They come with capes, okay, and you have to look at the little label and it has the nice little vampire.
Hey, what about how like there's wines that come in a box? There should be a coffin, right, for it.
Yes,
that'd be a good idea.
Dirt, yeah.
Since you're working for them, you might as well suggest that idea.
All right, James. What about you?
Well, as you guys might remember, a few years ago, the rights were finally sold for the 1966 Batman TV series. So finally you saw these products come out.
Right.
And I shelled out the big bucks for the Hot Toys Batman and Robin, the 12-inch, and they're beautiful.
Right.
But they were expensive. They were like $200 each.
Yes.
And I love them, but I was pleasantly surprised recently to find a company that makes the 6-inch versions called Figures Toy Company. It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
They did the Monkeys toys. They did a great job.
Yeah, they're good. They're kind of like Mego style.
Yeah, and they did Batman and Robin 6-inch.
Those are nice.
That are comparable to the Hot Toys ones because they look like, as much as when I was a kid having the Mego ones, I really wanted them to look like Adam West and Burt Gordon. They didn't really.
Right.
These do.
That's cool.
And they're really cool and they were affordable. They were like $40, $45 for the pair.
That's
Plus Figures Toy Company has done pretty much like all the villains. Like all of them, like King Tut.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Great. Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
And a Batcave playset, including all these accessories, plus the bat poles and the little Shakespeare bust that, is the Batcave entrance.
Yeah.
And it's like $100, but it takes me back to when I was 9, getting the Mego Batcave for Christmas and, loving that little bat signal. And now it's like, well, this is exactly what I would have, dreamed of when I was 9, because this is exactly like the 66 series. So, I'm not going to go buy all the villains and the whole, I'm tempted to buy the Batcave, but right now just having the Batman and Robin is enough for me. And I got the little Shakespeare because I just, it was too cool.
That's cool.
So,
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's fun.
Well, once again, James, I have to piggyback on what you suggested because I've got a unique idea for a gift for someone. Now, this is a gift for a certain type of collector, a certain type of person. Maybe someone with, a bit of do-it-yourself in them, maybe an artist. But this, I think, would be a really fun idea for a gift. What you do is you give someone a custom figure kit. So what you would do is you go on eBay or you would go to Figures Toy Company or classictvtoys.com.
Right.
Their sister site. And let's say you go, okay, well, I know they like whatever, John Wick, let's just say. Fill in the blank. And what you do is you find all of the pieces. Because like if you go to Figures Toy Company, I not long ago made a custom figure of the guy from Goki Body Snatcher from Hell.
Right.
Nice.
And it came out really, really nice. And what I did is I got the head from the Iwakura bust that they put out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just sawed off the head and put it on this figure, and it looks perfect. And in the
cool.
scale, it worked out like a dream. And so, what I would do if I wanted to give somebody that as a gift, you give them the bust, and then you give them, I found the clothes on Figures on their the Figures toy company site. I found a white suit, and then I found what looks like a turtleneck. And what I had to do is I had to dye the turtleneck a little bit to make it a grayish color to match what it looked like in the movie. And you could do that. You could put instructions. Here's how you put this figure together, and provide a body. You provide the hands, you get the boots. And you could do this in any scale. You could do it the Migos. If you wanted to save some money, probably the Migos scale would be the best way to go.
Right.
But you could also do 1/6 12-inch.
Right.
And maybe on eBay, if you knew what this person liked and you knew that they were an artist, you could find a head that needs to be painted and maybe provide some paints.
Right.
And provide the body and whatever clothing that would fit this character. And that would be a nice personalized gift that you
that's
could give
cool.
someone. And then, they get to, it's an activity that, because
it's
again,
fun.
it's the COVID-19 pandemic. So you need
Right.
something to do. You could put together this figure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fun.
It's like putting a model kit together.
Exactly. But it's not too much work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
If I was going to give someone the kit to make this Goki figure, I might saw off the head myself and then put the head on the body. And so that's one thing they don't have to deal with. But the rest of it, they have to put the clothes on and they have to maybe dye the shirt. And all I did was I just took a little bit of gray paint and put it in water and then dipped this thing in the water for a little bit and let it dry. And it was done.
That's cool. That's cool. That's
You
awesome.
know, I tried to do that with Carl Kolchak. I got the old man figure from Christmas Story from NECA.
Okay.
And I got the clothing from tvtoys.com, but I got stuck on the hat. Nobody seemed to have the perfect hat.
Right.
So he is still unfinished.
Right.
Well, now I wonder, and you don't have any artistic talents when it comes to
Well, no, I
sculpting?
do.
Sculpt
Sculpt the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Sculpey. Right? Kevin.
Okay.
Use monster clay too. I mean, you can get it in different colors. Just
Monster
oil-based. You
clay,
can-
whatever that
you
is.
want.
Monster clay.
Use some oil-based clays. They're a lot easier to detail. So
Okay.
Boom.
Well, there you go.
Chew some gum. You
you
see,
could chew some gum.
Or you could find one of our lovely artist friends and
Sure.
pressure them
Yeah.
into making this for you.
wow, look at all the options that are open to you, James.
I guess. See, my eyes are opened.
But
Wow.
I take a personal amount of pride when I have an idea for one of these custom figures and it comes together so perfectly like this Goki figure did. It makes me really happy and it's
cool.
not that much work. And I did a similar thing with a They Live 1/6 figure and I found the head at Monsterpalooza. I painted the thing all up and really took my time and the head just came out I love the job I did.
That's cool.
And
Yes.
I found a nice suit and I found a relatively inexpensive 1/6 body. And, you don't have to get the top of the line. You don't have to one that has, the fleshy skin and the metal armature. You can just get just a regular body and it works. And it's all going to be covered up by clothes anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right.
See, that's something fun that you can do during this time. And it's not like the type of project where you're never going to get to it.
Right.
Right.
Because I have a stack of kits still in my closet. And, it's probably going to be after I suffered some severe heart attack or something like that, where I've got a lot of time on my hands.
Right.
I'll just sit around and do model kits and until I see the bright light.
And you can drink some vampire wine.
Well,
true.
that's part of my recovery. You're my bad doctor. You're Dr. Feelgood.
Well, this has been loads of fun.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We have talked about so many great little products and items that people can go out and great gifts. What do you guys say we do like kind of a lightning round? Maybe give us like
Let's
2 or
do
3. Whip them out.
Lightning
Yeah.
round.
Kevin, how about it?
You want me to go? Okay, I will go first. I'm going to repeat what I said last year. Buy from artists, buy from people who make stuff. You don't have to get something that is from a big corporation or anything. Look for local artists, and they make cool stuff. There's plenty of artists that make horror, sci-fi, custom things like Matt was talking about.
Etsy is a great place to find stuff too.
Is great. There's plenty of artists out there that you can support, especially during this time. They need it.
It's funny you should say that, because that's what I miss about going to Monsterpalooza and a lot of the conventions we go to, because you'll get a lot of that stuff there. Yeah, and I'm not used to going online and looking for it.
They've lost so much of their income this year.
I know, it's so sad. But it's so great that you brought that up.
Yeah, just one thing, if you can put one thing on your list, buy from some artist, so.
That's it.
Anything else? Anything else, Kevin?
You want more? Junji Ito. I talked about him last year.
Yeah.
He has a new book that came out, Venus in the Blind Spot. That's his newest book. But literally buy anything you see on a shelf by that guy if you want to be spooked.
So good. I've turned on anyone who will listen.
He's great.
Junji Ito, yeah.
Cool.
It really is
the Japanese Sutter Kane. Yeah. He's just nuts.
Yeah. It really puts you in another world.
He does. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
On the list. So you guys.
All right, Sean, give us like 3 or 4.
Okay, here's a couple. This is a book that I don't know how old it is, but it's a book that I kind of have on my list for this year that looks really interesting. It's called Diabolica: Superheroes and the Comic Book Universe in Italian Cinema.
Oh, cool.
Because I think about it, that's a little niche subgenre that hasn't been given. I haven't seen like a book really just on that. This is like the author is Roberto Curti. It's Midnight Marquee Press, and so it's all about films like Diabolic, Super Argo, Three Fantastic Supermen. It's all from the fumetti neri genre, which is like crime comics with like anti-heroes, that kind of stuff. And it's a whole kind of guidebook on all those kind of movies, which I love all that stuff. So just to have a book that has all in one place to go over that subgenre, I think is great. So it looks really cool. So that one I'd love to get. A movie that has come out in Blu-ray from Kino again that we've been waiting for a long time to finally put out in a nice deluxe version. And I think this has been out for a while, but it's definitely worth picking up. And that is from 1959, Universal, Curse of the Undead.
Oh, fantastic.
The horror Western. Which
I love that.
Came out again.
It's a great, moody little film directed by Edward Dean. It's brand new 2K master. Tom Weaver does commentary for it.
Nice.
But it's like one of those Universal titles that always slips through the cracks, and it's really good. It's a great hybrid actually of Western and horror. It's really good.
So you could make a figure of that character.
Yeah, that's right. Also, these have been out for a while, but I just love them, and I would love to have them. And that's the Trick or Treat Studios put out the vacuform masks of all of the 5 mask characters from the Twilight Zone episode, The Masks.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like I think under $20. They're just simple vacuform masks, but they're great. There's like that William Tuttle, makeup design of all the weird looking distorted faces. And you can get all 5 of those masks. I mean, I just love to have those like on a wall, displayed.
Great.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. If you're a Twilight Zone fan.
Can you imagine though if the 4 of us all like wore one of those masks until
for the New Year's party? Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
In one of
But then we take them off. It'd be like what? They look a little better.
Right. And I have to throw in real quick. I think everybody should go out and buy the Hammer Films Ultimate Collection Blu-ray set by Mill Creek.
Oh, well, come on.
Of course.
Because, come on, it has some great featurettes, has some great commentaries on it. Go on and get it.
This set.
Mill Creek.
I've been watching all the other stuff.
It's Ultimate really cool. Collection, Hammer Films. 20 films.
And
20.
And lots of like under the radar type movies too.
We're not asking you to get this just because we did the commentary on The Old Dark House. We're not. That is a reason to get it.
Yes, sure.
And it's a damn fine one.
That's right.
But this set has 20 films, And a lot of these films are obscure ones. And I went online and there were people complaining about like, oh, there's only 3 films worth watching. No, you're wrong.
No, yeah.
There are so many hidden gems in this.
Especially if you're like if you're like us, if you're a real horror fan and a Hammer fan, but even Hammer fans might not be as familiar with some of these. Like movies like, These Are the Damned and Scream of Fear. These are great movies.
Here's the list. Here's the official list. The Revenge of Frankenstein, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, These Are the Damned, which Sean is right, is such a crazy movie.
Odd, dark movie.
It has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. The Old Dark House, which, of course, a classic that we've elevated. The Gorgon, The Snorkel, an amazing
Another
thriller
great one.
with commentary by C. Courtney Joyner.
That's right.
Maniac, Die, My Darling, Scream of Fear, Stop Me Before I Kill, Never Take Candy from a Stranger, Cash on Demand, Stranglers of Bombay, The Terror of the Tongs, The Pirates of Blood River, Sword of Sherwood Forest, The Camp on Blood Island, Yesterday's Enemy, which is an amazing war film.
That one I haven't watched it. Yeah, I hear
That
great.
is really great. And Creatures the World Forgot.
Right.
And I know there's been some complaints that there's a little booklet that's supposed to come with the set, and some were not included.
But you can just write them. There's places where you can get it. They'll send it to you.
Yeah, it's if you don't get one, it's not that hard to contact them and get one.
Yeah, and I've watched all the featurettes too, and they're great. Courtney Joyner talks about Columbia and Hammer. David Duvall talks about the actors that are in a lot of these films. It's just really good. And Mill Creek actually, in the last couple of years,
they've upped their game.
They have upped their game.
Yeah.
Because they did. They were absolutely for a long time the budget DVD company. And they still put out kind of the cheap, kind of like the big sets with like the public domain stuff. But they have upped their game. This is a really good set with really good prints and really good features. It's definitely worth checking out.
And Konstantin Nasser, friend of the show.
Absolutely.
Right.
Lovely guy.
He does the commentary for Never Take Candy from a Stranger, I think, right?
And Revenge of Frankenstein.
Yeah, I know. It's great. Everybody involved in this. Really impressive set. And it's definitely worth the money, too, for all the movies that you're getting.
Oh, my God, yes.
Other companies have put some of these films out in different sets, and but to have this many titles in one collection is great.
A lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great one, Sean.
All right,
Okay.
so there you go.
Really quickly, let me try and bash these out here. As far as a book goes, you want a nice little book. Fright Favorites, 31 Movies to Haunt Your Halloween and Beyond by our past guest, David
It's on
J.
my list too.
Scow.
Yeah.
Look, hardcover, it's a great book. It's only about between $20 and $25. Fright Favorites, it's a terrific book. You want to get something nice for your friend or loved one who loves monsters. Great book.
Yep.
Matt doesn't like Godzilla Monopoly. How about classic special edition Godzilla Jenga? It's the extreme edition from Hasbro. I want this game. It's great for fun for family and friends. Imagine Jenga. You put up stack it like a building, and on the outside they have like printed like windows and stuff, and it comes with a little cardboard Godzilla. And so it's like you're supposed to take it out and put it on the top and move the Godzilla slowly closer to the building. There's like a little track or something. So
I like this.
Yes, you would like it because it's a little more physical. So
It's destructive.
it's destructive.
Not
Again,
so much thinky.
anywhere between $25, $35. Okay,
That's
and
hilarious.
you put in Godzilla Jangle, you'll find it online. And then for the people who are going to decorate Christmas trees, and I know James, who's a big Star Trek fan, Hallmark came out with this beautiful Christmas ornament, Star Trek Storyteller Enterprise Tree Topper. Now this is a pricey item. You put on the top of your tree. It has the Star Trek emblems, and on the top is the Starship Enterprise, and it lights up. It makes music, but it's also interactive. If you get these other figures, when you click it on, it'll like almost tell the story using the actor's dialogue to kind of retell the story. Right now they're using a Kirk, a Sulu, and a Uhura from Mirror Mirror, and it kind of tells that little story.
Wow.
Now the tree topper's kind of pricey. It's $150, but it's really elaborate, and it's for the ultimate Star Trek fan.
That's cool.
Okay.
Nice. And I'll continue on Hallmark, Larry, because I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but they also did a Hogwarts tree topper,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I
Yes,
saw
absolutely
that.
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Hallmark also just came out with a Super Friends Hall of Justice, which has the voice chip of Ted Knight's narration.
Really?
Which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And also a light-up hitchhiking ghost from the Haunted Mansion, which if you go into any Hallmark store, it's probably sold out, but you can probably find it online. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Also, I saw at Costco a coffee table book called The Walt Disney Film Archives, The Animated Years, which is a huge, gorgeous, really heavy book. And online, it's actually really inexpensive. It's like $25, covering the animated Disney films up until Walt's death. And the gorgeous photo reproductions. Also, a smaller scale book called The 100 Greatest Looney Tunes Cartoons, where they're listed not in order, but in alphabetical order. And again, beautifully illustrated, and it's a lot of fun. Keeping with books, I've mentioned some titles already from the Tuttle Publishing Company, who do these soft cover trade paperbacks on travel, and they're in the travel section. And I've mentioned Tokyo Geek's Guide and A Geek in Japan, and they're coming out with all of these great books on geeking out in Japan, including Cool Japan Guide, Cool Tokyo Guide, Manga Lovers Tokyo Travel Guide, and Tokyo Travel Sketchbook. And they are all on my wish list.
Wow.
I love these things. And also going back to NECA for a moment, NECA have released the Alien Parker and Brett. Toto
Yes.
and Harry Dean Stanton characters.
Really?
And they're great.
Nice.
And you can get them in a gift set with the alien figure itself, and it's maybe $65. Gorgeous.
That's
Got to
great.
do it.
Nice.
Oh my God. Yeah, that I need.
I need a Harry Dean Stanton figure.
Of course. This may be the first one, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably
I think so,
the only
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I think they missed out on the Paris, Texas line of action figures.
I have everyone except him.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh man. Okay. Well, everyone's been talking about Trick or Treat Studios, so I'm going to jump in here too. They put out a set of Christmas tree ornaments called the Holiday Horrors. Holiday Horrors monster ornaments. And you can get just a wide variety of different characters from Universal Monsters, Child's Play, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Trick or Treat, the Misfits, all kinds of things to choose from. They're about $20 each. Really nicely sculpted busts that are ornaments. The creature one is lovely. I love the Leatherface one, but they're all just done so well. And the idea that you're going to have a Leatherface ornament on your tree,
That's just amazing.
it fills my heart with holiday cheer. And any of those you can find if you just go to Trick or Treat's website. You could find them all there. And this is something that I picked up at Target that I didn't know existed, and it made me very happy. It's the, I believe it's pronounced Jada Toys. They do a lot of cars, die-cast vehicles.
Right.
And they did the Hollywood Rides Nightmare on Elm Street 1958 Cadillac.
No.
Yes. And it is beautiful. It's 1/24 scale, and it's like right from the end of the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
With
where they're
like
all
the
spread out. Yeah.
with the stripes on the roof, like the sweater.
Yes.
Really? That's awesome.
It's so nice. And it comes with a little die-cast Freddy Krueger. And it's a lovely
that's
set.
great.
And it's $20.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Really,
Great.
really wonderful. And look, guys, you know how much of a Doctor Who fan I am. If you want to catch up with the revamped Doctor Who, the David Tennant years, on Amazon right now, you can get it's about $35. You can get all of the David Tennant episodes, all those seasons.
Wow.
We have that set actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
And it's got everything, including they did towards the end of his run, they did these specials that led up to his last episode. All those are included as well. It's a 14 disc set that, I mean, this is your chance for a song to get all these episodes and really enjoy some of the best Doctor Who that's out there.
Yeah.
aside from, the Tom Baker years and a lot of the
Right.
classic episodes that Doctor Who
Yeah.
fans love.
Yeah.
And then
No, that's good enough.
I would also throw in Character Options does a lot of Doctor Who figures, and they've done a set where it's the companions of the fourth Doctor.
Mhm.
And as far as I know, it's the first time that you got from the day a Sarah Jane Smith and Romana 1 and 2, all
Ah.
part of one set. And Romana 2, which is Lala Ward, is
Right.
wearing, for a while, she wore kind of a takeoff of the Doctor's outfit. So she's got a long
yeah.
white scarf.
Right.
And I just love the fact that they did that.
That's cool. That's
And-
cool.
To round this off, look, guys, I know this isn't genre, and I won't make a habit of this. I'm not James.
Oh,
See, hey, Larry, you happy?
I'm happy.
But I think James will approve of this. I am an insane fan of Sergeant Bilko, the original Sergeant Bilko TV series, the Phil Silvers show.
Sure.
Phil Silvers as Sergeant Bilko. Phil Silvers, kids, if you don't know who this guy is, look him up. He is funny incarnate.
Yeah.
And this was a show where he is this shifty army sergeant who is always running crap games and always trying to
Always
figure out a
doing
way
deals,
to,
yeah.
and trying to get rich. And he's surrounded by this, the guys in his platoon are like, the guy that he refers to as, a kid has got to be like 47. It's like all these old character actors, but everybody's funny.
Yeah.
And you can get now the complete series.
How many seasons was it?
I don't know how many.
It was on for several, right?
I can tell you it's 143 episodes.
wow.
Wow.
And you get
Wow.
all of them, and it's like $56.
Right.
Nice.
But it's worth it because, you will be delighted. And as the series progresses, it gets crazier.
Right.
And one of the things that I really appreciated about this show was that this was the time when they didn't really do a lot of retakes. It was almost like doing a live television show.
Right.
Like the Honeymooners. kind of.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so you see people really thinking on their feet and doing improvisation. And there are some episodes. There's an episode that's probably one of my favorites where they accidentally enlist a chimp into the army. If you want to see Phil Silvers at his finest doing improvisation, clearly it's improvisation because he has to deal with the antics of this chimp. Oh man, it's genius.
That's great.
And look, if you're a genre fan, there's an episode where a character in the show, they convince him that he's a vampire to the point
Right.
where they get a blood sample from him and they switch it with bat's blood. So the doctor goes, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he has bat's blood. And that's part of the story.
That's
Remember when TV was great?
And Bilko was the inspiration for Top Cat, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
right. That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
And also, wasn't a little bit like Hokey Wolf too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
there was overlap.
Yeah, that's funny.
But
That's
an
great.
amazing show. And sure, it's not Night Gallery, but folks, come on. We all need something to laugh at right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I still remember one of the lines from Bilko reruns when one of the characters spent the night with a horse and one of the other characters goes, "What's that smell?" And Bilko goes, "He just spent the night with a horse. What do you expect him to smell like? Chanel number 5?" So now every time somebody goes, "Oh, what's that smell?" It's like, "What do you expect him to smell like? Chanel number 5?"
Well, I always
just
liked
sticks with
when Phil Silvers would do that thing where he would suck up to the colonel's wife. The wife would be there and he'd walk up to her and he'd go, "I'm sorry, Marilyn Monroe. I didn't know they were casting a major motion picture here on the base." And and a lot of this you could tell was just like the age when these guys who came from the stage and vaudeville and were able to just go. You turn the
It was a
camera
new
on
medium
them
for them to like just kind of
and
take
let
over.
loose. It wasn't
Yeah.
all of it wasn't overwritten, although
Yeah.
some of the writing in this thing is great.
right.
But
Yeah.
this series really is a joy. And so get this set.
Not to be
Cool.
confused with the Steve Martin movie, which is not a joy.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
please, dear God, don't get these two confused.
Yes.
Right.
If
Yes.
it's not black and white, you're in the wrong set.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, this has been really joyous.
Yes, it has.
It really
Right.
has. Kevin, I want to thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, you guys.
Go-
Happy
Yeah.
holidays.
Great gift guide,
Hey,
and
happy
thank
holidays.
between all of us, I think we gave our listeners such wonderful things to look into as far as getting great gifts for their monster friend or loved one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah,
So
get
Ke-
ready to spend a lot of money this year
That's right.
because we all have so much extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of extra, I know Kevin, you are working diligently creating new things for all the wonderful monster fans out there. But is there any exciting news you could tell us? Something that's big in your life?
Michelle and I got engaged.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah, we got engaged.
We love Michelle.
I love her too.
Love her.
She loves you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got engaged in January, so it's been a while, but the year as it is, can't really tell
right.
too many people. So yeah,
And I assume you're going to have a Gamera themed wedding.
of course.
See, I thought it was going to be Wilbur Whateley on top of the cake
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Right.
and Lavinia, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
That's great.
something obscene, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's our kid gonna look like? Yeah.
a little bit of the father and
Is it the father?
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
Thanks,
she
you guys.
Michelle
Congrats.
is just a delight.
Yeah.
And, I miss
awesome.
her. And please,
Yeah, I
She
know.
misses
Tell her
you. We
so,
both
yeah.
miss all you
I
guys.
know, I
It's
know.
great to see all your faces.
Yeah,
Makes for great
totally.
radio.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, look, my friend.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yes.
you.
I want to raise my glass to toast to you and Michelle. I can't wait for that special day. And thank you so much
Oh, thank you.
to be with
Raise
us
this empty
in
water.
our wonderful gift guide.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy
Cheers.
holidays, everybody.
Happy
Cheers.
holidays.
holidays.
Cheers. Time for a listener shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out. I'm a shout out robot.
Shout on me.
I love that.
Gentlemen, we have a new review.
Ooh.
Oh
Nice.
my goodness.
This
Bring it
comes
on.
from this comes from Todd of the Sith,
Nice.
Ooh.
who writes,
Dark side.
Mm.
I just started listening recently to this podcast. Fun and informative.
Hey.
I often find myself interacting in my car. Especially enjoyed going back and hearing the Lisa Loring episode.
Oh, nice.
That was a
a
great
good
one.
one. She
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah,
Terrific.
she's
Yeah.
lovely.
Keep being spooky. Well, thank you. Thank you,
Nice.
Todd of the Sith.
Thanks, and Todd, keep your eyes on the road when you're driving. Just remember.
Keep being spooky is better than keep being creepy. Because I can't stop that. I don't know.
Yeah.
As
Right.
much as I try.
Right. All right.
All right. Well, I would also like to give a little bit of an extra shout out to. I know we did this last episode, but I would like to also give a shout out to Angela McNichols because, we mentioned last episode that she has this book that she contributed to called
Yes.
Whispers in the Walls.
Right.
But it's a bunch of ghost stories. Yeah, she's one of the writers, and we love her. And it is the holiday season. You might want something to read. It's a pandemic. Sit back with a nice, scary book
Yeah.
and help one of our fans. And this book you can find on Amazon. It's $13. Great deal, right?
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. And maybe we should also mention that our friend and guest, David Weiner, who was recently on one of our episodes, has
Yes.
this new documentary out, In Search of Darkness 2,
That's right.
which is wonderful, epic documentary on 80s horror films.
Yes.
Worth checking out. Would make a great gift.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
I know Kevin had mentioned, look to the artists for products. I also want to point out, look to the smaller stores. There's a great store that I go to all the time, and they've been so great letting us leave our Monster Party flyers there, and that's Dark Delicacies.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Great store in Burbank, California. Now, if you want to check out the stuff they have there, go to www.darkdel, DARKDEL.com. Dell, the owner, has a huge selection of books signed by authors, Blu-rays, DVDs.
Love that place.
Jewelry, shirts, collectibles, toys, purses, creepy kid stuff. I'm always going there to find gifts for my daughter. So it's a great place. It's a small business. I definitely suggest checking them out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And since it's the holiday season, guys, and COVID is still around, don't you want a good mask to wear to keep the disease from getting to breathing it in and stuff?
I do. I do want a good
face
mask.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, as a special exclusive offer here on Monster Party, we are offering Monster Party cloth masks made out of 100% cotton. It has Monster Party logo on the center.
The classic logo.
You could wear it and show people. People will be walking by and go, hey, what is that Monster Party?
You will be the envy of everybody.
And they're soft,
all the people that you're social distancing from, they will be envious of you.
Yes, you can.
The logo can be discerned from 6 feet away.
Yes.
Look, they're made out of cloth. They are washable, and they're very comfortable. And we're offering them as a great deal.
That's right.
The deal is you get a mask for $8. And that includes shipping.
Includes shipping.
Includes shipping.
And there's only a limited number of these. This is
there are a limited number.
Holiday thing right now.
The story. This is what happened. Larry just out of nowhere said, "Hey, I got these masks made."
Yeah,
and we were delighted. Like, oh my god, they look wonderful.
They're awesome.
And he gave us a couple, and we've got like 56 or so left.
Yeah, I mean like 52,
something like that.
52.
Yeah.
They're not going to last.
Let's just say 50.
Yeah,
to be safe.
Sure.
And so, we have a limited amount. We may get more made. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But right now we have them. So if you want one, we're going to have them available on our eBay page. James, what is that info?
That's Monster Party Store is our vendor name. Or if you go on eBay and type Monster Party Mask, especially Monster Party Podcast Mask, then you will definitely find it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, we have our famous t-shirts, our glow-in-the-dark logo t-shirts are still available in most sizes. Get it while the getting's good. It's
Get the whole ensemble.
Yeah.
Wear the mask, wear the shirt, wear the hat, and
well,
just
we don't
walk
have
around.
any more hats, Sean.
Well, find a hat somewhere and then put the hat on.
Customize a hat.
For 2020, we don't have the hats. We've run out because they were a hot item.
That's right.
People like the hats, but we are planning on getting more.
Yes.
It's just a matter of making this all happen. But right now, we do have the shirts and we do have the masks.
Yeah, mask, brand new item.
Yeah, the shirts are $20, still free shipping. I think we're going to do this through the end of the year at least.
Yeah.
So you get the free shipping. And if you join Patreon, the Monster Party Patreon, you will get free gifts with your merch.
Ooh.
That's right.
So a lot of this stuff has been donated by Biff Bang Pow Toys and Jason Lindsay. And when you order some merch, we'll put them in a box with some cool items. Like, you might get some Star Trek shot glasses or whatever other nonsense we have on hand. But we'll throw together a nice little package for you. Of course, there are other benefits to joining Patreon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we just recently dropped a Patreon exclusive episode about spacesuits and uniforms. That
it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it's kind of a mega episode. It's like it's close to the length of one of our regular episodes.
Right.
If not longer than some of them. So that's great. And we're always trying to come up with new things to put on the page as bonus material. We have, these exclusive looks at our collections. Larry just put up a lovely video about spooky dolls.
They were filmed in Kathy Stroth's scope.
That's right. Yes.
Kathy is in the video too.
Oh, yeah. And she shows a lot of her stuff too. So it's great. There are a lot of great reasons to join our Patreon account here. But one special benefit of you joining our Patreon account is that you are helping us. You are helping this podcast.
True.
And
this is a labor of love, We've been doing it for what's going on. It's like 8 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
this
It's
is
incredible.
yeah. But
And we do
we've done-
try to put as much work as we possibly can fit in,
Yep.
juxtaposed
Yes.
to our normal lives.
right. Yeah.
We have done over 180 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
Religiously every other week, but it is a labor of love. We are passionate about this stuff.
Yeah.
And
And-
we so appreciate
We
our
really
fans.
Oh my gosh,
Anybody
yeah. Oh,
who
God,
listens
yeah.
to this show and talks to us and contacts us, and we love you, and we love the fact that you love this thing.
Yeah.
So-
Give us cool ideas for episodes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, we really do appreciate it.
And especially during the past several months, I know it's been difficult for many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I
just to
really
be able to
appreciate
kind
the
of-
people reaching out to us and thanking us for doing what we do
Yeah.
to help them get through this difficult time.
It
Yes,
means the
right.
world to us. It really
It really
does.
does, yeah.
It
And
does.
it makes all of this a lot easier to deal with. I mean,
Yes.
certainly, when we get together and do this, it's always the high point of my week. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
And let's remind our listeners, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Monster Party TV. Our Twitter handle at Monster Party HQ. Instagram is also Monster Party HQ. And whatever platform you're listening to us on, please take a moment and write a review. We would love to hear your thoughts.
on that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong.
From all of us at Monster Party,
Happy holidays.
And buy yourself a merry little Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho,
Since I'm officially recording right now, just to let everyone know in case.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
What? You didn't say.
Why?
You haven't said anything yet. Don't be sorry. Is this a preemptive sorry?
Yes. Sorry. for
You need that for every show. You
Every
got to
day,
just
it's
start
true.
off like going, I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
Right.
I, Larry Stroth, do vocally sign on the dotted line
It's like
that I
it's
will be nothing but a problem.
it's an ongoing thing. It's like, oh, well, I guess I got to apologize again. Oh,
You never
Larry, I
apologized
forgive
to
you.
us.
I'm
And we
sorry.
wouldn't have
I'm sorry for not apologizing to you.
Left it in just before the end of the year. That's good.
And just to be perfectly honest here,
Uh-oh.
I, with all due respect, I'm sure I've apologized to you guys on more than one occasion. I know I've apologized to Shawn. I know
Yeah,
that.
sure you have.
I'm glad that one
no.
sticks out in your head.
No. It's like for
I'm
Shawn's like,
nothing.
I'm sure you have. No, Shawn, I have.
Well, no, I know that's great, but see, I don't keep these things in my mind.
Yes,
the way
yes, you do,
Larry.
Sean. You
Like
know.
the bad things or the like.
you keep a Larry journal.
Yeah.
So, you know what? You're like a little puppy who can only.
You're gonna have to apologize for that statement.
No. It's like whatever
He's a
happened.
big puppy.
Sean lives in the moment. He lives in the moment.
He does.
It's happening
He-
now, and he's
he is.
moving forward. What if he can
Yeah.
find a comfortable bed in the future or something? Or
Oh.
it's like, oh, I know I've got a comfy bed. Oh, I'll sleep. And yeah, I mean, it's he lives in the moment. He doesn't dwell on the past
That's right.
I do.
Wow.
I can't even.
I wish I had.
I-
I wish I could see the prequel to this conversation. Like, what led up to this? What's the first blood of this story to this
Yeah,
story's
yeah.
Rambo?
When I went to my first confession,
Very. Oh my
as a
God.
very,
You just happen to have that photo?
Yeah, what is it?
God,
Is this a PowerPoint guilt presentation?
Oh, don't you? Okay, so some of you guys aren't raised Catholic. You go through this process.
I was raised Catholic.
Phew.
Oh,
he was.
okay.
Yeah, oh,
I
no.
was
too.
Quickly,
Yeah.
I quickly got rid of that.
So Kevin Smith, raised Catholic, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Shawn
we did it too.
Sheridan, Shawn Sheridan,
Yeah.
Catholic.
When I
You
was a
know
little kid,
nothing
I went
about
to
us.
when I was a little kid, I went to confession. I went to,
We
did
had
the whole thing.
catechism. I
Yeah.
had confession. Yeah.
Then I quickly realized it was all a lie and a debacle. So I'm not religious now.
But okay,
It's
yes,
that
but,
simple.
but
Larry,
but-
I was
but-
raised
no,
Satanist,
no,
which is the flip side
yes.
of
I-
Catholicism.
Right.
So-
And they
so-
even threw you out of that.
So
Yeah. What do you got to do?
You were too evil for them.
okay.
I wouldn't shave my head.
And look, we're not saying that. Look, if you follow a certain faith, that's totally fine. Sean chose
Okay, yeah.
to take a
Universal
different path.
disclaimer here.
No, Sean decided to take a different path, and what works for Sean now is fine. But Sean is he's a decent, wonderful, loving, caring human
What
being.
is this? What's
And-
happening?
Nothing. I'm just saying that you're a wonderful human being, and you're very
Well, thank
thoughtful
you.
and caring. And so, whatever your religious hangups are, whatever, that's
Hang-ups.
I mean, well, whatever that is.
I think someone doth protest too much. Did somebody put something in your communion wafer? Because I don't know what's going on tonight, but
Kevin, it's great to see you, by the way.
It's
Thanks
great to
for
see you.
yeah, all right. Hey, James, what were you raised?
Greek Orthodox, which is not quite like Catholic.
No.
Is it anything like Catholic?
3
Not
hours
really.
longer.
There's no
3 hours
confession.
longer?
Yeah, there's long masses and there's a lot of
It was
patchouli
Deer Hunter.
incense
The guys in Deer Hunter
Yeah,
were.
it's like-
yeah.
they weren't Greek Orthodox, but they were like Coptic, and it's similar.
It's
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning so much tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
But the most important thing that we could learn from this conversation at this holiday time, there are many different holidays that many people choose to celebrate.
That's true,
And we're not
yes.
picking and choose. We just want to wish everyone a very happy holiday.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Thank you, Larry.
And we're not
All you
killing
need
Christmas.
is love.
We're not killing Christmas because
No, I'm killing Christmas.
No.
Don't you put your weird practices on me. I am actively killing Christmas. You know
No.
that person who has waged war on Christmas? That's me.
but what about Rudolph and Frosty?
That's not Christmas. That's marketing.
No. Rudolph is Christmas. Frosty is Christmas. James, back me up here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be Christmas without those guys.
It wouldn't be Christmas without those guys. Thank you.
Again, that should be the name of your autobiography.
I'll
It wouldn't be
gladly-
Christmas without those guys.
I'll gladly watch Rankin Bass specials, then go to mass. Sure.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course.
our mass. If
That's-
we're talking
yeah,
that
that's
kind of
our
Christmas, sure. I'm
celebration.
all for
Yeah.
all the things that people hate about Christmas. The commercialism, not like that's the only part that I'm interested in. Like I just give me mascots and things that department stores came up with and Rankin Bass,
Cyber
and then I'm
Mondays.
happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want anything else.
But if you
Presents.
choose to celebrate by going to mass, that's totally fine.
Of course.
If that's-
Yeah, sure.
Hey man,
Yeah.
just live, just do your thing.
That's
We're
right.
Monster Party, man. We're all about all faiths and lifestyles.
That's right.
And outfits, spandex and leather can live in the same podcast.
Oh,
True.
I have a story about spandex, by the way, but
Is
we'll
it
save
quick?
that. No, it's not. So,
Oh, then
Kevin,
Are they ever?
Kevin, it's great to see you. I have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
that should be your master's degree, by the way, Kevin. It should be a
Larryology?
case study. Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Let's start this thing.
Shall we
Okay,
start
so
it?
What's the topic?
Let's start it.
What's the topic? Yay, he's back.
So, what was the last one just called? Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide, right?
Yeah.
So this is
I
we
think
gotta
I believe
call it-
so.
But isn't
supposed
it
to
like? Isn't it like?
Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
2020.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it could be an ongoing annual thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
So
like.
this will-
I like. We don't need to get clever with the name of Revenge of the whatever.
No,
I think
no.
let's just make
2020
it
's fine.
simple to understand.
Monster Party
2020.
Holiday
Yes.
Gift Guide 2020. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Sounds good.
The Monster Party Holiday Gift Guide 2020. Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right,
Who's gonna introduce Kevin?
Larry, is this
Would you like to, Larry?
Larry? Hello.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
So
Sure.
are you hesitant about introducing Kevin?
No.
What
I'm-
fucking agenda did you bring to this goddamn show? What is wrong with you?
Kevin, I apologize. Normally,
Thank
I
you.
have
Thank you,
something.
Larry.
I have something written up for.
Oh,
when I
that's
do
what
an
it is. He didn't. He has
And
to
so-
research you.
And,
Oh, okay.
Go Google him, Larry.
Kevin, are you on Wikipedia?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
no. Okay, I got it.
You probably got the wrong Kevin Smith.
C Demon Vinyl. by the way.
Demon Vinyl.
I know that. I know
Demon,
that.
not the clerk's guy.
Our guest is the director of Mallrats.
Yeah.
He makes terrible movies.
but yet wonderful vinyl toys. So
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
It's funny, but he's still working. He's still out. He's with the public, and he's
Which one?
Oh yeah,
Kevin
I'm
Smith.
still working out. I work in the public still.
No, not
What?
you.
Oh,
The
that
other
one.
Kevin
I was
Smith.
like, yeah, I'm working. Yeah, the library. Still got to
No,
talk to people. Yeah.
When Sean said, "Oh, it makes bad movies," I mean, not everything is bad, but
No,
yes,
but
it
like,
is.
but pretty much. But
Everything he's done is bad.
but he seems to be a really cool
He's a
guy
very
and
nice
a really
guy.
cool guy to hang
I'm
out
sure
with.
he's a lovely guy to hang with.
He's a fellow horror
Don't
sci-fi
get near a
fan.
camera.
comics.
He's actually a better comic book writer, I think, than he is a filmmaker.
Yeah,
But,
okay, sure.
But anyway,
We could probably get him on
that's
the show.
That's the other.
Larry,
Kevin.
what do you
Good.
Well, unless
have you read any Kevin Smith comics, Larry or James?
I have not.
No, I've
I've
seen
read a
the
couple.
movies.
I've read some Daredevils.
Daredevil. The Daredevil one is one. Didn't he do
that's
Swamp?
okay.
Did he do Swamp Thing too, or Man Thing too?
I don't.
I
That
think
I'm
he
not
did some
sure about.
version. But the Daredevils, I thought he.
I don't
did a
follow
couple
it.
Batman
Yeah,
ones.
no, neither
but
do I.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite thing was actually the Kevin Smith. My favorite thing was actually his appearance in John Schnepp's movie about Superman. The Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the stories
He's
that he
big on that.
told. Oh, but
Yeah.
but it's a great story, and John Schnepp did a fantastic job of
Yeah.
editing and putting
Weaving
it
it
together.
all together. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so great.
Okay, on that note,
Something with Monopoly. Play your own Monopoly game if you can if you can get through it or something like that, or I don't know, or just something with the holiday and Christmas,
or go out and buy all kinds of
cool stuff.
cool gifts
Embrace your inner nerd.
and buy and
Buy yourself a toy. You deserve it.
Buy yourself a merry little Christmas.
Christmas can be bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happiness and Christmas can be purchased if the price is right.
I like that as a simple button of simply and buy yourself a merry little Christmas.
Yeah,
Cool.
or you could even say from Monster, or yeah.
And
No, I
from
guess-
Monster Party,
yeah,
we'd like
buy
to.
yeah,
we-
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
And for Monster Party, buy yourself a little Merry Christmas. I think
buy
that
yourself a merry little Christmas because it's like
yeah,
what's the how
Yeah.
the song there goes.
Have
yeah. Buy
right.
yourself. Yeah, right.
buy yourself.
So be like, keep America strong.
Oh ho ka-ching!
Well, like somebody could say Happy Holidays. Like, we could just say something, and then Matt could say, "And buy yourself a merry little Christmas" or something like that.
Happy holidays! Happy holidays from. I said happy holidays, but it doesn't because we say season's greetings from
from Monster Party.
Monster Party and
But
buy
season-
yourself a merry little Christmas.
But season greetings is more like that's like the introduction to the show. I mean, it should be more of an ending, shouldn't it?
So what do you want to you want happy holidays? I can cut the happy holidays part out of my earlier thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I like happy holidays.
Let's just say that. That's fine. I'll work it out. I'll work it out.
Okay.
So happy
Is
holidays.
this going to be
and buy-
another Happy Halloween thing where we do like 8 takes?
But are we each saying something or not? Though then we don't have to. But like if Larry's going to do Keep America Strong,
Keep America strong.
and then like maybe James could say Happy Holidays from Monster Party, and then Matt
Or-
says
From all of us at Monster Party, you could say Happy Holidays, and then Matt, you could do your ho 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 ka-ching, or you could go ching.
Well, I think ending on buy yourself a Merry Little
Buy
Christmas
yourself
is
a
very
Merry-
good, right?
Yes.
So if Larry says keep America
Very
strong,
strong.
then James could say from all of us at Monster Party, and then I could say, I guess, Happy Holidays, something like that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Matt says
Buy yourself.
buy yourself like that.
Merry
Maybe?
Little.
And is this a stupid kind of joke thing? But like, could we do that after that? Then we all go ho 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 ho, and then but then like start going into like a coughing fit.
Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
Can we try that?
I don't know.
Let's try it.
Is it?
We're gonna go
is it
one-
too soon? Is it
No,
too
but people will
soon?
be thinking of COVID then.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I didn't, but okay,
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
I know, but I just thought that.
Sean's
Yeah.
Sure,
right.
no,
Sean's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sean's
Or how about or does it turn into a scream or like a monster sound then, like we did the ho ho, like like
Well, the problem with the scream is what it'll.
Well, it can
Yeah,
be
you're-
monster.
yeah,
it can
you're
be,
right.
It can be ho ho ho.
yeah, that's what something
That's
like
goofy. Yeah.
turn into ho 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 turns into a
but
monster.
lower register, not
Yeah,
scream
yeah.
because it'll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
like ho
let's do it.
ho ho, ho.
Let's try.
Laughing. Yeah, let's do that.
That's right.
Okay, so Larry,
Keep America strong.
James, from all of us at Monster Party, I'll say Happy Holidays, and Matt will say buy to buy yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and then a little
Ho, ho,
pause, and then
ho.
we all go ho ho ho.
Okay.
Right.
All
Okay,
right.
let's do
Take one.
it. Right. Okay.
2020 is like kind of a wash, so you guys have some great time to plan.
Oh yeah, we don't even have
Yeah.
a date or anything set. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Don't
just
do
do
but
something that's fun.
Yeah. Exactly.
Instead of doing the thing for the toast with the champagne,
Yeah.
you could just be giving each other the vaccine.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Hey, you can honeymoon in Tokyo.
We'd love to.
Oh.
We were thinking about maybe doing that
Oh,
when the time comes. So yeah,
Right.
no, she's never
good
been.
idea.
So yeah,
Oh,
Dude.
Well,
So do it.
yeah.
James will tag along. He just needs an excuse to go.
We'll all tag along.
Whoa, what a coincidence! Everybody showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like your honeymoon.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, come on,
Wake
let's get
up,
one more
guys.
Mandaraki. Come
Yeah,
on.
let's do it. Oh my God, let's hit them all. Yeah,
robot restaurant.
Yeah.
great.
Have
Yeah.
your honeymoon in Mandaraki.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
stay in that hotel that's right down the block from it.
Yeah.
Right,
Ooh,
right.
yeah.
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 All right, man. That's
All
cool.
right.
That's awesome. Good to
Great,
see you, man.
guys.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah. good
Great to see
Colin.
you. And thanks for doing this.
of course.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. I'll see if I can
That's
get
fun.
some of those giant claw figures for you guys.
Oh,
Oh
fucking
my
A.
God, dude. I would be
Yeah,
fucking
and a-
thrilled,
and-
dude. Seriously. Seriously.
And a Wilbur Whately if you got one.
I
lying
will.
around.
I will
Look,
definitely send.
I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
say this: no pressure.
No
If you
pressure,
can-
of course
If you
not.
can only get one,
Okay.
I'm saying it can go to Sean. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Oh, look
I
at
do
you.
love that monster.
Oh
No,
my
he-
God.
come on, Matt, he
The
loves
spirit
flying.
of
Battleship.
giving.
Yeah.
The
God,
spirit
it's
of
all-
giving. Lovely.
I'll see
very
what I can
true.
do. I'll see what I can do.
See-
But there's going to be some goodies for all you guys. So
Oh.
don't worry.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, isn't that nice, Sean? I didn't say get this 4 of 1 each item. I'm
No, that's awesome. Yes, that's
Yeah.
great. That's cool,
So
man.
See,
yeah.
Sean. So now you can just
Yes.
put that axe that you're grinding away.
Yes. Yes.